In 2013, the Dragon Sports Network was created to give Junction City fans an opportunity to follow Dragon football live each and every week. Since then, and for the past several years, the network has expanded to coverage of Dragon basketball and hopes to add coverage of additional Dragon athletic teams in the future. Through the years, the DSN has benefited greatly from many generous sponsors and advertisers. Of those, several have been with the network from its very humble beginnings 10 years ago. The DSN is thankful for all the support it has received from those organizations, businesses, and individuals through the years. One very special individual who has been a wonderful contributor to the DSN from the very start has been Miss Jan Norris Pepper. In 2013, Miss Pepper gave to the network through the Kevin Norris Memorial, which was started in memory of her late brother. A 1978 graduate of Junction City High School, James Kevin Norris played center on the 1977 Junction City football team, which finished as the 7AA East Conference runner-up and a game shy of reaching the state playoffs in an era when fewer teams earned postseason berths. He was a proud FFA member and an employee of the Georgia Pacific Sawmill, where he worked as a welder until his tragic passing in 1991. Ms. Jan, on behalf of the Dragon Sports Network, we thank you for your support of Junction City athletics, for allowing us to bring the action live to our fans from all corners of the natural state. Most importantly, we thank you for allowing us to play a small role in keeping alive the memory of your beloved brother. We love you. The following is an exclusive presentation of the Dragon Sports Network. You're looking live at Keith Field in the heart of downtown Lafayette County. Second time ever in the post-consolidation era. It's Friday night in Southwest Arkansas. Settle in tight and enjoy the ride as we've got all the action for you live from start to finish on the Dragon Sports Network. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Jacob Pumphrey, and I'm joined alongside my partner, Brennan Cupp. Buddy, I'll tell you, coin toss practice is in the books. Herman has delivered the pregame scouting report for the Cougars, and we certainly avoided a traffic accident at the corner of Oxford and Thula. And we are all set to get things rolling here in Stamps. It should be a good one tonight between the Dragons and the Cougars.
We've had a show, to say the least. I'm ready for some football.
The first 7:15 p.m. kickoff in program history as Junction City and Lafayette County both coming off losses from their Week 0 starts. The Dragons fell at the hands of Harmony Grove for the fourth consecutive year. It was a 39-0 well, I was going to say beat down. I don't want to be that way, but it really was that. And Junction City has put that behind them, and they are set to battle the Cougars tonight, who are coming off a 55-23 loss at Gurdon. That was previously a scheduled home game for Lafayette County, but due to field conditions, had to move that one to Gurdon for the Week 0 tilt. Captains making their way to midfield for Lafayette County as we are on the home side of the Cougars. Number 20, Demarion Dedner. And number 7, Trevor Knighton for Junction City. Brian Estrada, Anthony Williams. I believe that's Corey DeBose. And on the far left, oh, yeah, it's going to be Ja'Cory and Key. So captains are shaking hands. Nice night for football here in Southwest Arkansas. Week 1 matchup. Both teams, as I just mentioned, 0-1 on the season. Brennan, go ahead and throw it to you real quick as they're dealing with the coin toss. What do you want to see out of Junction City just early? What is something that the Dragons need to do to make sure they get off to a good start here in this matchup?
Jacob, I want to see the offense get rolling. I think they need to have some things go right to get the confidence rolling. Get the ball rolling.
I agree with you, and I think that's when you look out there, they're not short on playmakers. They've got some guys that can motor. They've got some guys that when they get the football in their hands, they can make some things happen. I think it's going to start up front. You're going to have to get some protection for Corey. And you're going, like you said, you're going to have some things happen to where you can start just that momentum can snowball. And so it'll be interesting to see if Junction City can get that going here early tonight. The Cougars in their helmet in the north end zone, set to take the field here shortly. And it looks like the coin toss is completed. A really good toss there from the white hat. The Cougars will receive the football to start tonight's contest. Junction City will be on defense first, and that was really, you look at a box score and you look at a game on the surface and you see a 39 had its issues at times on the defensive
side of the football. But, Brendan, I think you would agree that really Junction City showed some really good signs defensively last week.
Absolutely, Jacob. We don't have many reserves, and you saw the fatigue set in. And once that happened, but before that, the defensive front, there's something to reckon with.
And we are just about 2 minutes away from kickoff. Again, just the second meeting all time between these two teams in the post-consolidation era. These two met in Junction City back in 2003. That was in the state playoffs, and any Dragon fan worth their salt knows that Junction City went on to claim their first ever state championship. But these two go back even further than that. Back when Lafayette County was simply known as Stamps, they met 32 times. It was a 16, 13, and 2 outcome. There is one outcome that they're not quite sure of, still working to verify as the Dragons take to the far sideline. And we're just moments away from kickoff here. First meeting between these two schools, 1950, and the last was in 95 when Stamps got the better of the Dragons 42-0.
It's due time to get it back rolling.
We talked about it last week, Brennan. It's one of those things you want to see, and Coach Carpenter mentioned it to us in his show about, kind of the approach with his team is that you just want to keep moving forward. You got to put it behind you, but you got to build off of it as well.
Right.
Learn from your mistakes and keep moving forward.
You lay the head down, man. It's a long season. Like you said, week 0 last week. You put it down last week. You got a full season ahead of you.
That's right. And it's one of those things that Harmony Grove, that's a really good team, and you like to see Junction City hopefully become a little bit more, you're not going to get just really conditioned in a week's time, but you want to see, able to keep their legs under maybe a little bit longer tonight. And the thing is about keeping your legs under you, when you're scoring points, those legs don't seem to get as heavy, and that chest doesn't seem to go out as much. So we'll hopefully Junction City find the end zone early and often here in this one. Henry with it teed up at the 40. Cougars running a couple players out onto the field. Going to make a substitution here on the kickoff return team. 78 degrees, light scattered showers in the forecast. A 7:15 on the dot. Clock is reset to 12. And we are underway here in Southwest Arkansas as that one's line drive over to the 39-yard line. That'll be fielded and out of bounds 2 yards up the field by number 6, Curtis Long, the junior wide receiver. And this is where we'll see from the Cougars for the first time tonight.
I believe Wayne told us for this game we have 14 starting sophomores. Is that right?
I believe so, yes. That's a number where you look and you go, ooh, there's some inexperience there, but it's also, hey, you're some young guys are getting some much needed experience, some valuable experience they'll be able to fall back on as the season progresses. First down and 10. LC to operate from the far hash. They'll run a trips formation out to the left. Junction City not with enough guys out there. Now they finally bounce Williams out to the defensive right, and it looks like it's going to be a sprint out pass, but it's going to be whistles before the play, and it's going to be an encroachment on the Dragon defense. And
they get Javion lined up off. Was he a little?
I couldn't tell if he was lined up off or if he might have flinched just enough to get over.
He's a force, man.
You like the aggressiveness. A free 5 for the Cougars. Puts the football at the just south of the 47. Moving right to left. Navy tops, navy pants, silver helmet. Junction City purple hats, purple pants with the white jerseys. High snap. It's going to be a spot out pass to the left. It's going to be caught. Moves over left side, wrapped up by DeBose. Receiver was Kalen Sanders.
DeBose is a football player, Jacob. He's a knack on both sides of the ball.
We saw that a lot last week from him, being just flying down from that safety position, reading the play, knowing where to get, and he's going to find the football. He's certainly going to find the football. A free 5 and then a first down moves the football across the midfield stripe into Junction City territory. Jackson, the quarterback, high snap. He's able to corral it, but he's absolutely got nowhere to go. He's going to move out of 2 tackles. He tried to throw it, and it's going to be caught by a running back for the Cougars behind the line of scrimmage. What a crazy play. Jackson mishandles the high snap. He has to roll to his right, tries to throw it. It's knocked out of his hands, and right there to haul it in was Ricardo Wembley. And Ricardo was able to move downfield for, we'll give him 3 yards to make it a 2nd and 7. He moves down inside the 45 to the 44.
One of those plays, Jacob, he escaped 3 Dragons there. I mean, I thought all 3 of them had a beeline on him.
And it was good contain out there on the end by Remarquez Singleton, the sophomore. You'd like to see him be able to get those big claws on Jackson a little bit sooner and bring him to the turf. But fortunately, Junction City only surrenders just 3 yards there. As LC will make some changes offensively. They'll move a trips formation to the wide side of the field. Junction City scrambling defensively, trying to get set. Singleton to bring some pressure. Spot out pass and wrapped up rather quickly and dropped. That was Demarion Dedner, the senior. I believe Estrada was one of the first Dragons there. Several more on the scene quickly. Under 10 minutes to play here, opening quarter. From Keith Field.
Big play right
Arkansas.
Here, Jake.
Yes, it is. Big early third down for the Dragon defense. Ball at the 41-yard line. Set on the Cougar hash. 3 receivers to the right. Jackson in the shotgun. Wembley to his left. Now he moves to his right and back to his left. Takes a snap, and Singleton, this time he gets him. This time he gets him dang near untouched off the end, and also applying some pressure. Jamarian Tolles, a pair of sophomores in on the stop. There's 2 of the 14, Brennan.
Boy, he exploded there off the line.
Yeah, he did. He got a good jump and just beat his man off the edge, and when Jackson tried to roll right, because that was the formation, he was trying to get to that trip set on that side, and that's going to be a big loss, going to put him behind the chains. Should be a 4th and 13.
They're dominating the line here, Jacob. They just about every play they've been in the backfield.
And that's something we saw last week early was the defensive line play. And despite Junction City tiring throughout that contest, they still managed to have some success there in the trenches. Jackson, this time Singleton on the other side, and he still has nowhere to go. Remarquez Singleton has come to play tonight, and Junction City turns the Cougars over on downs, and that's where we'll see the Dragons for the first time tonight. Great field position at the Lafayette County 45.
We've had some good Singletons over the year, and he's fitting the bill here,
Jacob.
Jacob.
To say he's making a case, moved to the top of the list. Some great plays, and that's what happens when you play fast. When you play fast, you find yourself in a position to make plays, and he's made 2 big ones there back-to-back, and he even made a really good play that Jackson, you just chalk that up to some athleticism and a little bit of luck. And Dragons' first play from scrimmage tonight, DeVoe's out of the pistol and fakes to Williams, and he's going to be met in the backfield. Looked like a little miscommunication from Tredavion and Corey, and so the Dragons are going to be behind the chains on this 2nd down play.
Yeah, they weren't on the same page there, Jacob. It looked bad from the start.
3-yard loss on the keeper from DeBose. It's going to put the football back at the Cougar 48-yard line. Dragons moving left to right. Thank you all for joining us tonight here on the Dragon Sports Network. Week 1 action of the Arkansas high school football season. Owens, the single receiver to the right. DeBose is going to roll left. Throws on the run. He's got a man out there on the edge. Still makes another man miss. Good move there from Jay Carter. Stays on his feet. Good running after the catch. Down inside the 30. I believe they may give him the 25, Brennan. That's a good pitch and a catch from DeBose.
You like to see him go to that football, too. I mean, he wrapped it up when he was fixing to get hit. That's what I was watching.
And a first down play after being put behind the chain. So good momentum here starting to build for the Dragons. 1st and 10 at the 25. Dragons heading north. DeBose scans the defense, takes the snap, sprints out. Williams to provide some coverage, and the pass is going to be short. Again, tried to hook up with Carter. Falls incomplete, bring up 2nd down.
You're not going to see many kids that can match up with the size of Carter and Key. Front line can hold up, give DeBose some time. Let him get comfortable back there in the pocket.
You also like to see Key throwing Williams, Jordavian Williams throwing a shoulder there.
Yep.
That backer that kind of showed late. pursuing DeBose. Kind of stuck his shoulder in there and held his own. 2nd down and 10 after the incompletion. Takes the snap. I believe we got an early jump there on the left side. Actually, it's going to be on the right. Going to be called on the right side. No, they're going to call it on the defense.
I saw it, Jacob. Good call.
Called it on the defense. That left edge there for the Cougar end. So it's going to be 2nd down and 5. Junction City into the purple zone for the first time tonight on their opening offensive drive. Trying to hit pay dirt for the first time here in 2022. DeBose takes the snap. 3-step drop up. He's got a man wide open. Jay Carter, 20 yards to the house. Touchdown, Junction City. The Dragons take an early lead with 7:09 to play in the first quarter.
You could see where he was going the whole time. Carter beat his man on the initial move, and all DeBose had to do was float it in there, Jacob.
Yeah, he did. You saw the 3-step drop. He was looking right the whole time. Great route by Carter.
Good job by that O-line.
Yes, it was.
Gave him
Plenty of time to throw. And it pays dividends for Junction City. They are in the gate. They're going to move over right. As Henry in for the extra point attempt. High snap, gets it down, and it is no good. A lot of pressure there, a high snap. And Junction City will be left with 6. But the Dragons strike first here in Stamps. They lead it 6-0. Timeout on the field. We're back in 30 on the Dragon Sports Network. Out of the timeout, Corey DeBose, 20 yards up top on the right side to number 7, Jay Carter, and Junction City leads it 6-0 with 7:09 to play here in the first quarter. Couldn't have drawn it up better, both defensively and then offensively for the Dragons. A turnover on downs, and then a scoring drive for their first points here of the season, as Henry's kick is going to go out of bounds over toward the left side. So the Cougars will have good field position here as they start offensive drive number 2. Yeah, that defensive line really made an early statement there on that last defensive sequence, especially from Singleton. 2 big plays there behind the line of scrimmage to get Jackson wrapped up, because we've seen his elusiveness already this evening, and so he's going to be somebody that's going to be tough to get down. But if you can get there early, you've got a better shot than you'll have if you let him bounce around in that pocket. 1st down and 10, ball set at the 42-yard line of the Cougars. Operating off the far hash. Jackson scans left, takes the snap. Wembley set to his right. Going to be a spot-out pass to the big fella, the H-back, the tight end, Zaylen Parrish, 6'2", 215. They might have shorted him a little bit in the poundage area, fellas. That's a good-looking ball player. Won't miss him on the field either. The lime green cleats. I don't know if that look would have been something I could have pulled off back in my day, D-Wood. 2nd down, and we'll call it a long 7 from atop the home side bleachers. Ball spotted at the 45-yard line. Reception of 3 yards for Parrish, senior tight end. 3 receivers to the left of the formation. Again, they're going to run the same spot-out pass. It's going to be caught by Long. He's going to move up and grab a first down inside the 45 of Dragon territory, just shy of the 40. Spot him at the 42 is where they'll set it as the chains reset. So it's nothing fancy here, Brennan, just a little old spot route. What they're doing is they're bringing Parrish in, the big tight end in, and he's getting that block on the guy, and then they're able to run the spot behind him. Yeah, Long did a really good job of getting upfield. That's what you got to do. You throw a route like that, you got to get upfield. There's not much time for bouncing around. And he definitely got north. I guess geographically that'd be south. That's right. So the football now at the 42 10-yard toss from Jackson too long. As we near the 6-minute mark here in quarter number 1. We thank you for tuning in to the Dragon Sports Network here on this pleasant Friday night here in Lafayette County. Jackson going to be another sprint out and just outside the grasp of a Dragon defender, and down the sideline. It's caught at the 10 to the pylon, and it is a touchdown for Lafayette County. Jackson finds Sanders for 42 to the house, and we're all knotted at 6 here in Stamps. Yeah, it was on the run and early pressure. Again, Singleton out there in the mix. Hayden Hudson actually had a chance to wrap up and bring down Jackson, but he was able to, the elusiveness of number 10 there, won out that time. He definitely had the angle, but Jackson just with another little quick burst to get around him. And then, of course, he knows what to do with the football. He was able to find Sanders all along down there around the 10. And a good tightrope act along the sideline to find the pylon, and 6 points for the Cougars, who are going to line up and go for 2 here. Wembley set to the right. Now he moves left, trips to the left. So they're still going to empty it out. Could be a free play, and they're going to whistle it before it develops any further, and that'll just move it up about a half yard. Actually, they're going to call it on the Cougars, so I guess it was a jump by an offensive lineman that forced a Dragon to jump over. And so with the way that they ball's on the ground, it's going to fall incomplete. 5:46 to play. Timeout on the field. We're tied at 6, back in 30 on the Dragon Sports Network. Consecutive scoring drives for both clubs with big touchdown passes highlighting the action so far. Welcome back to Stamps, Arkansas. It's going to be a squibber up the middle on the kickoff, and it's going to be fielded. I believe that is going to be Key. He's going to bounce around and really nowhere to go, but still on his feet. He'll muscle his way up to, I believe, just north of the 30-yard line, and that's where we'll see Junction City on offense for the second time tonight.
You want to see right where we pick up right where we left off here, Jacob.
Was somewhat of a methodical approach. They definitely kept more to the air on that first drive from scrimmage. And we'll see what the game plan brings here in drive number 2. As Thurman and Carter are the twins set to the right of the formation. Owens and Carter to the top as DeBose operates out of the pistol. Going to give to Jordavian Williams and nowhere to go. I believe that's Parrish from the backside in position, and he just tramples down on Williams. It'll be a loss of 2, 2nd and 12. So if this drive's any indication of the last one, Brendan, that's good for Junction City. They went behind the chains in the first down play and then had the big pass to Carter that then a couple plays later led to the touchdown pass to Carter.
Let's repeat here.
5:12, clock rolling here. First quarter action. Thank you to all the fine sponsors of the Dragon Sports Network for helping us bring this football game to you wherever you may be. DeBose drops back, pass complete. That's going to be Thurman, and he's going to get across midfield. Good pitch and catch. from DeBose to Thurman.
Great route, great throw there.
It'll result in 21 yards and a first down. And a good job by DeBose to bring. I mean, he put that football where the receiver was not at, but he knew Thurman's route would take him to it. Laid it in there nicely. And Thurman, good yak there, as the kids say these days. Good yak, good yards after the catch. And he was able to get it up to midfield. Junction City 1st and 10, trying to apply a little bit more pressure to this Cougar defense. Spot out pass. That's going to be caught by Owens. He's going to turn it up north, and he's going to pick up a solid gain of about 7 yards. Should bring up a 2nd down and 3 as Junction City moves into Lafayette County territory. Mark them at the 44.
Positive first yard play there, Jacob. See if we can build on that. You keep throwing this ball around, spreading it out. That's going to open up that run game.
Yeah, Will. We talked about the playmakers briefly in the pregame. And we're starting to see the love spread around here a little bit as Carter moves over, lone receiver to the right. DeBose is going to sprint that way, and it's going to be a top pass, and it's going to be picked off at the 47-yard line. Nobody's going to touch him. Jaden Stewart, the junior, to the house. 54 yards to pay dirt. Just a ill-advised pass there from DeBose. He was feeling the pressure. He had Williams, but he floated it over the top. And Johnny on the spot, Jaden Stewart, picked it off, and nobody was going to touch him.
Yeah, you could read it up here, and Lafayette County read it just as we did.
Yeah, you could see it developing almost in slow motion, and what appeared to be a Junction City drive well on its way to 6 points. Results in 6 points the other way for Lafayette County. So 3:57, 12-6 ball game now. The Cougars on top of the Dragons. Going to line up to go for 6. This would force Junction City to have to go for 2 if they scored. They wouldn't have to, but 2-point conversion would be necessary in order to tie it up. And a little trickeration on the reverse. And a block out there on the edge. May have got a little bit more of the jersey than he needed to. And he's in for the 2-point try. Momentum starting to shift over toward the home sideline. Timeout on the field, 3:57 to play. First 12 minutes of action. 14-6 is our score. The Cougars by 8, back in 30 on the Dragon Sports Network. Just east of Yellow Jacket Drive and north of Thula Street. Welcome back to Keith Field here in Lafayette County, Arkansas, where the Cougars lead Junction City 14-6 here with 3:57 to play in the first quarter of action. Dragons offensively, Brennan, have looked really good with the exception of one play, and that resulted in 6 points the other way. They tacked on the 2-point try. Now it's an 8-point lead for LC as Williams, running hard on the kick return, is going to move it up past the 35. Official spot will give him the 37, and that's where DeBose and company will come out looking to rebound after the pick 6.
Yeah, you got to have short memory here, Jacob. You got to forget that last play, move forward, get some positive plays, and move on.
Dragons going to start the drive middle of the field. Temperature drop well around 75 degrees. Very nice, pleasant evening for early September here in South Arkansas. That definitely benefits Junction City. I know we talk about the weather often, but that helps. It's going to help the Dragons tonight. Hopefully keep those legs under them a little bit longer. Williams has it. He's going to bounce out left side. He's got one man on him, but he is going to carry him for another 4 yards. Good carry there from Jordavian Williams. Solid play on first down for Junction City.
You see what he can do when he gets a little bit of space there, Jacob. You saw the explosion, you know.
So he had just enough real estate out toward the left where he could turn the corner, and it results in 7 yards and a 2nd down and 3 coming for the Dragons. Key and Carter to the top of the formation. That's going to be the short side of the field. Single receiver to the right is Thurman. Williams set to the left. He gets the carry, and he is going to have nowhere to go. He is wrestled down in the backfield. And that's going to bring the chains all the way back, maybe to the original. No, not going to go that far back. Going to lose 4. Going to bring up 3rd down and 7 for Junction City. Big 3rd down here for the Dragons.
If it collapses here, I mean, Corey hasn't had to use his legs yet, Jacob. He can do it. Get around that outside.
You're correct, Brendan. That's something we haven't seen. He hadn't had to do it tonight, but that's also something I guess you can say he still has in the bag. Twins receivers to both sides. DeBose sprint out left, sets his feet. Now he's going to run with it, makes a man miss, spins out of one tackle, and is going to fall forward. So he's going to make it very manageable if Coach Carpenter elects to go for it here. 4th down, and we'll call it 2. So you called it, Brendan. He used his legs and got what he could. He's going to move the football north of the 45-yard line to the 46. I believe he's got to get to the 40. It looks like he's got to get just to around the 48-yard line for the first. And I think this is the right call here. You got to go for it.
I'm going to say you roll with it. I'm looking at Hudson right here, Jacob.
Hudson set to the right in the backfield. Williams is going to be to his left. Split back shotgun. They're going to give to Williams. He'll follow the block of Hudson. Hard running from Jordavian. He's going to get the first down. Powell still moving across midfield. Still on his feet. What a run from Jordavian Williams. That might be the hardest 11 yards you will see anybody carry for quite some time this year. My goodness. He should have been down 3 previous times. 11 yards later, it's a first down for Junction City at the Cougar 44-yard line.
He picked a good man to run behind. He got behind Hudson and kept them feet moving.
Yeah, Brendan, you said Hudson before the snap. He didn't get the ball, but he still made a a big play. He helped clear the way as Williams followed right behind what amounted to a bruising block from Hudson. DeBose again sprints out left, throws on the run, and incomplete, nearly intercepted. Good coverage over there by Braylon Jackson, the sophomore, blanketed on Key, trying to hook up with Key.
Yeah, that one there, Jacob, he could have picked up 5-6 yards with his legs. I mean, you're torn between 2 ways. You want to get your receivers involved, but if you can get 5-6 yards, I'm taking the yardage.
And I think that's something that potentially could come as the season progresses. Yep. You start those decisions become a little bit easier. You're able to make them almost without thinking. And I definitely understand trying to hook up with another playmaker, but I agree. You know, if you can get that yardage, you'll take it. 2nd down and 10. And again, they're going to sprint out. Looked at Owens on the spot pass and instead going to throw it over to Thurman. And Thurman's just going to pick up and get what he can as he moves down to the 37-yard line. Sure-handed there. Jackson Thurman, the sophomore, just haul it in and turn upfield and get what you can. That's the best way to go about it. Thurman does just that. It's going to be a manageable 3rd down for Junction City, 3 yards to go. They have to get to the 34 to keep the chains moving.
Yeah, Thurman, he when he gets it thrown to him, he sure hands it, and that's what I like to see. Secures that football before anything.
Good thing about it, Brendan, you got to think Dragons win for it on 1st down in their territory. You got to think it's 4 down from here on out.
Yep.
3 receivers to the left, direct snap. That's going to be to Hudson. He lowers his shoulder, and they're going to get on the face mask penalty there at that 2nd level. It did not deter Hayden Hudson. He kept on trucking, but it'll help Junction City. It'll tack on to the end of that big run from number 8. Yep. A direct snap to him as well. Nice little play design.
Yeah, that was a good play by the Dragons there. Hudson put his head down, got the little face mask there, but he kept on going. I mean, you can't ask for much more.
So with the penalty, ball's going to be spotted at the 26-yard line. And that'll just about do it here for the first quarter of action. I think Junction City's just going to let the clock run out. They'll take a little bit extra time to catch their breath. They'll switch sides of the field. And we'll see them back in action here shortly. Timeout on the field. It's going to be a quarter change here in Lafayette County. Dragons trail by 8, but they're driving. We're back in 60 on the Dragon Sports Network. There has not been a better artist than the good Lord himself. What a picture. And the sight we have here, Southwest Arkansas, beautiful. Friday night for football between Junction City and Lafayette County. The two programs tangling for just the second time in the post-consolidation era. Again, mentioned coming on to the broadcast, they first met as Junction City and Lafayette County back in 2003 during the Dragons' famous state title run. That was in the state playoffs. I believe that was a 21-0 score for Junction City. Well on their way to their first piece of hardware.
It has been a minute, Jacob.
It has. It has. First and 10 for the Dragons. Football's going to be set at the Cougar 27-yard line. Skill players for Junction City break late, move into the huddle. Jacorian Key to the left. Jay Carter to the top. That's going to be single. It's going to be split back here out of the shotgun. They give to Williams. He's shot up the middle. Runs over one man, and he's going to pick up a first down. And I tell you what, so far, I think we've only seen him run 2 plays out of that split back shotgun, Brennan. But Williams gets behind that blocker. I think it was Hudson both times, and he has picked up a lot of real estate in the process.
He puts that head down, man. He's going.
Dragons heading south. Any of y'all familiar with the area, heading toward Walker's Creek. 11.5 to play here in the second quarter. Hudson bounces around, going to run through one arm tackle, and is going to truck a man at the goal line. 6 for Hudson and the Dragons, and the Junction City's a 2-point try away from tying this one at 14.
That's one kid you're not going to arm tackle there, Jacob. Hayden Hudson, he looks like he works out pretty often.
He has probably not met a weight room that he did not find something to do in. That is for certain. 11:25 to play. Hudson, I believe that was from about 12 out for the touchdown, and they're going to line up here and go for 2 again out of that shotgun split back single wide receiver. That's going to be Williams. He's going to fall the block of Hudson, and he is just short. The Cougars stand on the 2-point try, and so with the timeout on the field, 35 seconds into second quarter action, the Dragons respond, but they trail 14-12. And we are back in 30 on the Dragon Sports Network. Welcome back to Stamps, Arkansas. Back and forth action developing here before us between the Cougars and the Dragons. Henry with it teed up, set to kick it off, and whistles before the kick. $12 men on the field for Lafayette County, so that'll benefit Junction City. They'll move it from the 40 to the 45. It's not something you see.
No, you don't see that too much.
You don't see that too often on the kickoff. At least maybe you don't see it called that often on the kickoff. It's going to be a sky kick, and it is going to be fair caught out there on the far side by number 6, Curtis Long.
Let's see that defense stand up here, Jacob. Make a couple plays.
That's the thing. That momentum is contagious, especially on both sides of the football. Junction City with a nice scoring drive. It was Hayden Hudson with the big run, bruising run. I wouldn't get in his way. That's for certain. 11:24 to play here in the second quarter. 14-12 is our score. Lafayette County leads Junction City by 2. Both teams looking to get in the win column after tough defeats a week ago. Good crowd on hand here on the home side.
It is. Getting
home support definitely out in Groves. Three receivers to the right, single man to the top. Jackson, he's able to get the snap. Singleton trying to keep contained. Good job by Singleton, and he's going to be able to force an errant throw out of bounds. Did that get back to the – he's wanting to throw the flag. There it is. It pulls old Hanky out of the pocket. I don't know if it got back past the line of scrimmage. I tell you what, Singleton, the pressures that he has applied tonight, he's applied 4 pressures.
Yeah,
he's gotten to the quarterback twice, but he has absolutely caused havoc out there on the edge. They can't turn him in. They have been trying. They've sent a running back out there. They've sent a tight end to his side. They cannot get around him. He is causing that much issue. Officials are trying to determine whether it's a grounding, and they will give the grounding call, rightfully so.
Yeah, they tried to double him on that one, Jacob. I mean, I thought they had him blanketed, and I mean, just out of nowhere, he got around him.
Yeah, he just kept driving left, got that right arm underneath the block, and just kept pushing out. Jackson had nowhere to go, and the thing is, when you keep bouncing a quarterback out, you'd like to think Calvary's not going to be too far behind them, and that was the case. A couple more white jerseys showed up right on time. And so a good start defensively here for Junction City. Football is going to be back down to the 27-yard line of Lafayette County. So now Parrish joins Jackson in the backfield. And now he'll be in charge of trying to get out there to Singleton, and Jackson's going to be able to get Singleton momentarily, but a good job there from the secondary of Junction City to get in and bring down the ball carrier. Brennan, I didn't see who they got that to. I think that was to 3 Sanders. He scored the touchdown for them, their second touchdown of the night.
Yeah, he does a good job. That first move, he's coming back inside, and we bit for it twice. And
that spot pass has worked well for them, especially when they get Parrish. When they get Parrish out there.
Yeah, and that first touchdown that we gave up, we bit on the quarter. We thought he was going to run, bit, and they hit a long shot. I mean, great pass.
Great pass, yeah.
Just got to stay home.
Again, Parrish in the backfield. Wouldn't be surprised with the way Singleton's playing, especially he's going to be set to Singleton's side. If he doesn't stay there most of the night, Singleton jets inside, and the pass is going to be tossed up and falls incomplete. Again, pressure from the Dragons. I believe Strada was in there as well. Singleton slipped under the block and was still able to somehow keep contained.
I was about to say, he's in there every play.
But Estrada had Jackson from behind his, basically just holding on to his jersey. And that's going to be it's going to force the first punt for the Cougars tonight. 10-14 to play here in the second quarter. Junction City making some personnel changes, trying to get the punt return team onto the field. Dual returners for the Dragons. Key to the right, DeBose to the left. It looked like it might be an opportunity here for DeBose. Bounces at the 40, bounces again at the 34, and it'll nestle at the 34, and that's where Junction City will have it first down and 10 at the 10:05 mark of quarter number 2.
I don't want to see a little bit of that last possession on this one, Jacob. They may be selling out for the run, though, give you an open receiver, but
I tell you what, Brennan, that split. I'm no offensive guru here, but I think that split back shotgun gives you some opportunities. Not just, obviously Junction City's had success running the football out of it, especially with that lead block. But even in the passing game, I think it opens up some opportunities there for you, especially since we've seen. With the exception of the touchdown pass to Carter, most of the passes we've seen tonight have been to Bose on a sprint out.
Yep, absolutely. And
Twins either side of the formation. They'll bunch them up to the short side of the field, which is the left. Junction City moving right to left. DeBose is going to sprint out to the right. Stops, plants his feet, throws over the middle, incomplete. Could have been picked off there by Sanders. He had showed late coming across the middle from his linebacker position. Was trying to hook up with Carter. Pass falls on the turf for incomplete, second down and 10.
They're getting together there, Jacob. I don't know if they weren't on the same page or I'm not sure there.
Dragons break the huddle. Owens and Thurman to the left. Key and Carter to the right. DeBose is going to look right. Backside pressure. He's hit as he throws. It's high. Incomplete. Carter got a hand on it, but that's it. So back-to-back incompletions. Heavy pressure applied from that backside of the heat. It looked like he almost came untouched. That was Markavian Sanders, the senior defensive end, 6'2", 210.
Every bit of it.
As some coaches I once knew would say, that's a good-looking cat.
Yep.
Considering he's a Cougar, that certainly fits.
It fits the bill.
That certainly fits the bill there. Thurman joins Carter to the right. Change it up a little bit, and they're going to move Key, the single man, to the left. And a split back again for Junction City as they move Carter off. They bring in an extra offensive lineman. It's going to be Williams. He's going to squirt through there. He's going to pick up the first down and is going to get up past the 45-yard. Actually, they're going to mark him at the 45. He gets past the 43, which was the first down marker. That's going to be a 12-yard gain on the coming out of that shotgun split back again, Brennan.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it caught him off surprise. It didn't really catch me off surprise up here, Jacob. I mean, I didn't know which one it was going to, but you can't pick. I mean, either one of them's a good option.
And the thing was, you know, we talk about you look at Jordavian and you think, oh, well, you know, he's a little bit on the small side. But if that's what you think when you first see him, you're beat. I'm going to tell you that right now. You are beat. As Hudson now, he'll follow Williams. Williams lays a block. Hudson's still on his feet. Going to be hard running there from Hayden. He's going to pick up we're going to give him 4.5 here from the top row of the home side.
Every play.
Second down as the clock nears the 9-minute mark here before the intermission.
You were talking about Jordavion, Jacob. I mean, if you look at him compared to last year, he's put on 15 pounds of muscle, I'd say. He looks good this year.
He's a good-looking back, and we just saw it on that third down run. Junction City needed something. Yep. They needed something. They turned to him. He delivers with 12 on a hard run. I mean, right through the heart of the Cougar defense, and a good job by that offensive line to hold their blocks and run their feet. They're going to give to Williams again. He's going to follow the block of Hudson. Williams cuts it upfield, gets one block, going to run by two defenders. One gets the grasp, but that may be a first down run. Hard to see from this angle. They're going to mark him at the 45. I think that's where he needed to get to reset the chains. Yeah, and that will do it. The last two times he's touched the football, it's resulted in first downs for Junction City. Good sequence here from number 4.
A little chemistry being built, Jacob. A little chemistry. What do we got going here?
We've got whistles. May have chain issues along the far side of the field.
Herman will get that handled here shortly. I saw him over there a minute ago. He's going to line it out.
He is over in the middle of it. It's good talking with him pregame. I don't know if you'll find any more diehard Lafayette County Cougar fans than Mr. Mark Herman, and I mean that sincerely. He's passionate about his Cougar athletics. Talked basketball. We talked football. He was a little perturbed that they had to move the game up to Gurdon last week. Thought there might have been a different outcome if the Cougars could have played at home. And I mean that home field advantage.
It plays a factor.
It does play a factor.
I would not want to go to Gurdon,
especially at lower. I mean, yeah, Gurdon.
Gurdon's a tough place to play.
It is a tough place to play. Last two times Junction's been there, they've been in some dog fights.
Yep. And you see the athletes they have over here. I mean, he has a point.
He does. He has a real good point.
And he's going to get things lined out over there, I promise you.
He told us pregame he was. He said he may have to keep an eye on the chain gang tonight, and he got him squared away over there on the far side of the field. And so first down and 10 for Junction City. They've got it at the 45 of Lafayette County.
Who are you going with here, Jacob? Jordavion
First
or
and 10, I think you just got to keep going back here and see what works. Then you got to give it to 4. And that's what they'll do. He'll follow a block, and I tell you what, that's like clockwork. That might have been another 10 there, and it is. Another 10. Spot him at the 35. 12 for Jordavian, 10 for Jordavian, 10 more for number 4. And Junction City, it's a methodical approach.
You stick
as
with
the clock's going to dip under 8 minutes here in quarter number 2. And we're starting to see, Brennan, look at that defensive front for Lafayette County, starting to see a little bit of some tired.
Yep.
And as a dragging offensive lineman, you got to play that into your advantage. Shotgun split backs. This time they'll give it to Hudson. He bounces around. Hard running from Hayden. And fall forward. That's what he does. Fall forward, and he's going to pick up another 2, maybe 3 after the initial burst.
Yeah, he tried to arm tackle in there, and like we said earlier, that's not going to work with him. And Jordavion, I noticed that last play, when he hits the hole, he hits it low, and he goes. He gets his feet going.
Second down and 6 for Junction City. They break the huddle. Have not had to go to the air. No need to. Having their way so far on the ground. Single receivers to each side. Tight end set to the left. Shotgun split backs. They're going to give to Hudson again. He's going to bounce it out. He's going to cut up the middle, and it's going to be a hard hit there. We saw from him earlier. That's Markavian Sanders.
Yeah, good lick there. Maybe a yard on
6'2",
that.
210. I don't know what Mr. Sanders is, what his prospects are as far as playing some college ball, but he has a pretty good frame on him.
He's eye candy,
And
that is no doubt.
He's definitely been moving around on that edge so far for that Cougar defense here in this one. 6.5 to play. Second quarter action. Single receiver to each side. Junction City back in that shotgun. Split backs. Hudson to the right. Williams to the left. Williams gets the call. He follows behind Hudson. And another solid run there. He's going to be close.
He got it.
And he got it. A third down run. His second conversion on third down this drive. His fourth first down that he's picked up this drive. I tell you what, Brennan, it hadn't been fancy, but my goodness, it's been productive.
Old school Junction City football. Run it until they can stop it. And they right now,
no early signs are showing that's going to be the case, at least in this drive, as another rush of about 4 yards, second down and 6. Clock's going to dip under 6. That's another thing. Junction City just eating at that clock. Eating at that clock, hoping for 6 more. Out of the shotgun. And again, Williams gets his call. Shot up the middle. Oh, just
Great
tripped
tackle.
up at the third level. I believe that was the safety. Sanders got just got in the way of Williams, trips him up. Another first down run, and it's going to be a goal-to-go opportunity.
He just shot out of a cannon, man.
I mean, he was just right. He made one move, and then, boom, third level just like that. And it's going to be first and goal for the Dragons. They're going to give to Williams. Flags on the field. He's going to pound forward, going to get near the goal line, and he's going to get in. But it'll be interesting to see what the marker is. It came early.
I think we were lined up off Jacob. The way he was acting out here.
Yeah, and they've already blown it. They've already blown it. Going to be a false start on Junction City, so the Williams touchdown run will be negated. Good running there after contact, was able to keep his feet going.
Let's do it again.
So now first and goal from the 12 for Junction City. And they're going to give to Williams right up the middle again. At this point, Brennan, it's not a secret. It is not a secret until you can find a way to stop it.
He's doing a great job of hitting the hole, keeping them feet moving, Jacob. And I mean, like you said, until they stop it, you got to keep going to it.
He picks up 5, second and goal from the 7. Snap, give to Williams. Hudson with a block. Williams right up the middle.
Just short.
And he's going to be just short of the goal line. I believe they're going to give him maybe the 2. It might have been 5 more yards to bring up a third and goal from the 2.
You got a prediction for this play, Jacob?
Clock just went under 4:20. Junction City hoping to light up the scoreboard. And timeout, they'll talk things over. We'll step aside with them. 4:17, Junction City knocking on the door here. Late second quarter action back in 30 on the Dragon Sports Network. Welcome back to Keith Field, deep in the heart of Lafayette County, Arkansas. Where else would you rather be than Stamps, Arkansas on a Friday night in the southwest corner of the Natural State? Denton, do not look at me like that. This is a fine night.
He said Homer, Louisiana, between Trey Holly and Union.
We'll have to get a score update on that one here soon. Also back in on that El Dorado Camden game. I know that one's going to be a good one. Got a big Junction City connection in that one for any, like I said, Dragon fans worth their salt. Know where some of those former players ended up. 4:17 coming out of the timeout. Third down. It was a 6-yard carry for Williams. He's picked up 5 first downs on this drive. He needs another one, which would result in 6 points. This time it's going to be DeBose. He said he'll take 6, so give him 6 for number 6. Touchdown, Junction City, 18-14 now the score. I would assume the Dragons will keep the offensive unit on the field, and they'll attempt a 2-point try here at the 4:13 mark of quarter number 2. And going to be stopped just short. Junction City been unsuccessful so far on the 2-point tries, but a big drive offensively. Jordavian Williams carries the Dragons down the field. Corey DeBose caps it off with a run, and the Dragons lead by 4. Timeout on the field. We're back in 30 on the Dragon Sports Network. Henry to kick it off for Junction City. 18-14 is our score. And it's going to be fair caught along the sideline, so Lafayette County will have it with 4:12 to play before the intermission. They'll be moving left to right, and so we've seen so far, Brennan, that momentum bar has kind of just been shaking right there in the middle. Neither team has really been able to come out and grab it, but I'd like to think if Junction City can force a quick 3-and-out or a turnover or something, get that offense, which has been hot as of late, back on the field, good things might happen.
Yeah, and I'm looking at Davis right here. I want to see something big out of him. He's been relatively quiet. I mean, he's disrupting the middle, don't get me wrong, but
yeah,
he hasn't made that eye-popping play yet.
Yeah. Camden up 8-0 on El Dorado. Jackson in the shotgun. Takes the snap, going to move left. They're going to be pitched back into the backfield and out in space and tripped up. Good play, Corey DeBose.
Great play.
Trips up what could have been a big play for the Cougars.
The old shoestring there,
Marion Dedner. Yeah, it was a shoestring tackle. Game recognized game there is DeBose and Dedner exchange pleasantries. Clock running, under 3:45 to play.
Dragons had a lot of clock on that last drive.
Yes, they did. Over a 6-minute drive for Junction City. 2nd down and 7 to go. They'll send 3 receivers to the left. Jackson sprints out left, going to throw on the run, incomplete. 2 receivers kind of in the same area. Knighton was down on a curl route, but moving across the formation was Jaden Stewart. Neither come away with it, and it's a big 3rd down for Junction City, looking to get off the field early.
Stop the clock there, too. You got plenty of time. You can get the stop here, Jacob, to go down and score. And like you mentioned in that last drive, you're starting to see that Dragon drive last time took some wear and tear on that defensive line of the Cougars.
Yes, it did. You started to see kind of bending over and trying to get that extra little bit of breath. Parrish in the backfield with Jackson, and pursued from the backside. That's Estrada. The whole D-line's out there after him. Over the middle, caught. Kind of found an open area in the defense. That's going to be Stewart. Pass is complete, and a big 3rd down conversion for the Cougars as they get into Junction City territory. Mark them at the 41 of the Dragons as the clock's going to dip under 3 minutes here before the intermission.
Give him credit. That was a great play to get that ball down. Stay on his feet, get out of the pocket, and get a strike thrown downfield.
First down and 10 after the big pitch and catch. One thing we've seen to give Jackson more time, Parrish has been in that backfield more times than not here in the second quarter. So that's enabled a little bit of some of the second level protection offensively. And the far side wide receiver looked like he was lined up offside, pursuing Singleton. Jackson shifty, and he's going to move across down across the 35-yard line. So the far side wide receiver, I mean, right here in front of us, looked like he might have been lined up a little bit over the football.
Yeah, I was trying to watch Estrada there. I thought he got tweaked a little bit. He's going to walk it off.
One thing about that defensive front, as good as they've been at initial contact, at initial rush, they do a really good job of pursuit afterwards.
Yep,
I mean,
absolutely.
you had bodies just trying to fly to Jackson. You got to appreciate that. Stewart moves from right to left. It's going to create a trips formation to the left side. That's the far side of the field. Jackson's going to look left, throws it up. That's going to be complete to Dedner. Dedner met in the backfield. It's going to be a flag on the play, still bouncing around, and he is going to evade two Dragons, runs into his own man, still on his feet, adjusts his face mask, and down to the 40. What in the holy name of Barry Sanders is going on out there? Bouncing around all over the field. That was an exciting 3-yard loss, but there is a flag on the field. It's going to be a holding, which you kind of had to think when that flag was thrown and where it was thrown. There's really only one thing that could be.
That play right there felt like it took about 20 seconds off the clock.
It might have. It might have, just bouncing around. And that's the athleticism you see from Lafayette County. They've got a couple of guys that can do that. And so credit Junction City they were able to tangle up Dedner eventually. And so they're going to decline it. And so it's going to be 3rd down and 9, football at the 40. I agree. You definitely got to decline that. That's one less opportunity for them to get the football in the hand of a playmaker.
Big play on that defensive front right here is what we're relying on. .122
to play before the intermission. High snap. Ooh. Jackson, and a big block out there on the edge, right up the middle. Pass is going to be complete over to Curtis Long. Who was that showed? That was Davis. Goodness.
That's what I've been waiting on, man.
Blew his man up. It actually forced Jackson off of his path, bouncing out to the left side. He was still able to hook up with Long.
Give him some credit, man. That quarterback has shown some poise back there in the pocket.
One of the things about that play, Brennan, I mean to cut you off, but real quick, he caught it at around the 1st down marker, and once he gathered himself, he still allowed himself to move back. So that's why it's going to be 4th and 1 instead of it may have still been 4th down, but it would have been 4th down at the sticks as opposed to a whole yard to go. And the way we've seen this Dragon defense, I mean, you give them a yard to work with, it could benefit Junction City.
Right, a yard's a mile with this defensive front. I want to see another play by Javion there on that last one.
Whew. Have to write that down. Yards a mile with this defensive front. I like that. That's good. That's a good one, man.
Here we go.
1:08 to play. 4th down and 1, whistles before the snap. And Lafayette County calls a timeout. They're going to talk things over. We're going to step aside with them. We're back in 30. 68 seconds to play before the intermission here on the Dragon Sports Network. coming out of the Lafayette County timeout. Cougars have just one remaining. They trail 18-14 with 1:08 to play before the half. Cougars with, I believe they're just going to have a single man out to the right, going to bring everybody in tight. A yard to go. High snap. Jackson's got it and nowhere to go. Nowhere to go.
There he is.
Brennan, you caught it,
There
buddy.
he is.
You caught it. Woo. A yard is a mile with that defensive front, and it started with the big fella wearing 5-0, Javian Davis, the junior, comes up big on 4th and 1. He needed a yard. I don't know if he got an inch.
He got a yard, just the wrong direction.
That's right. That's right. 1:03 to play in Junction City with 3 timeouts. Good position here for the Dragons, Brendan. They got a chance to maybe add some points before the break.
Do we have 2 timeouts? 1, 2?
According to the board, we've got 3. I thought we called one, but it might have been a Lafayette County timeout because they only have 1 left.
I'm going to roll with Jordavion on this first play. He's been a step away from breaking one, Jacob.
Yes, he has, and they're gonna actually, this may be an opportunity to set him up, get him out wide and give it to Jordavion. He's going to be right up the middle, and that's going to be a good play call. He's got a first down and a lot more across midfield. 40, 35, 30. Ball's on the ground. It's going to be covered by Carter, but what a big play on the first from scrimmage after the turnover. That is how you respond offensively. My goodness, Junction City starting to click here late in the second quarter.
He was racking them up, man. He got a little excited there, let that ball go, but great job by Carter, followed him through and recovering that football. Now it opens up a little bit. They're going to start cheating that run. I mean, it's hard to get away from it, but clock's not in your favor here with the run right now. But if you can do that, roll with it. 40
seconds to play before the break. First down and 10, Junction City at the 34. Williams went 34-34 for 32 yards. DeBose is going to keep it. He's going to make one man miss still, and the ball's going to get out of bounds, and that will stop the clock at 30.1 seconds. He nearly laid that right on the hash mark, which would have allowed
them to take possession.
And Junction City's going to call a timeout. I'm not going to lie to you, Brendan. Him actually fumbling the football, it sounds weird. It actually helped because it allowed somebody to recover it and get out of bounds to stop the clock, because it would have just been right there on the field, and either a change of possession or the clock would have been rolling.
Who picked it up, Jake?
Who was that was over?
I didn't see anybody over there.
It might have been Talon. Might have been Owens that was over there on that backside. I couldn't tell. I just saw a white jersey kind of flash right there at the end. Then again, they might have just ruled the football out of bounds. It was kind of sitting right there on the hash mark. So the Dragons coming out of the timeout. They've got 2 left. They lead by 4, looking to add some more before the break. They will get the football to start the third quarter. So really a big drive for the Dragons. DeBose is going to throw, sprint out pass. That's going to be Carter, one-on-one. Makes a man miss, put him in a blender. My goodness, up the field, down inside the purple zone. Mark him at the, it's hard to tell. I believe he got inside the 15, actually. And Dragons are going to call another timeout and talk things over. We're going to keep it here. 22.9 seconds to play before the break. 18-14 is our score. You've got 1 timeout to work with, Brennan, and the football is going to be set up. Forgive me, folks. I'm going to call it the 13-yard line, around the 13. So you've got a couple of options here with 1 timeout in your back pocket.
If you want to roll, it's hard to say, man. You got those 2 kids, 6'4", 6'5", but you got Jordavion in the backfield and Hudson. What are you thinking for this first play, Jacob?
I think what you do is you put the twin set to both sides. You get back in the pistol. You give it to Williams. You have the timeout at your disposal. You use it, and then I say you sprint out DeBose a couple times and let him try to use his feet to get into the end zone if he doesn't see a target that he can connect with.
I like it. See if they're thinking.
Of course, nobody ever accused me of being an offensive coordinator either. So those days ended back in the I was coaching the 7th grade team back in 10, D-Wood.
They were undefeated, right?
They were.
Jacob?
They were.
Okay.
That unit ended up going on to win 3 state titles in a row. So you know where they got their start.
Enough said. Enough said. Here we go.
We'll give Big Gary credit. Big play here. They're going to keep it on the ground. Williams and Parrish has got him. So Junction City going to have to quickly use their final timeout. with 17.9 seconds to play. And so now it doesn't necessarily limit you offensively, but it does narrow down what you need to do, and sometimes can be a good thing because you know what you can do. And I think you got to rely on the sprint out here and tell DeBose he's got one of two options.
Smart.
Actually, three options if he can run out of bounds positively. But you want to try to find a target. If you can't, you throw it out of bounds, live to fight another play, or scramble if you know the end result is either 6 or out of bounds with time left.
And remember, you got Cole Henry, who does have this range in him. So that's another thing in the back pocket.
Eddie, you're right about that. Bose takes the snap. He's going to look left. He's going to lob one up left side. He's got a man. Key in and out of his hands. It looked like he had it. He had 2 steps and half of another one on his defender. I don't know if the defender was just able to get a hand in his way. That was Dedner covering. The 5'10 Dedner on the 6'2 Key.
Good throw there by DeBose.
He laid it up where only his man could get it. Key unable to come away with it, but the incompletion stops the clock with 12.4. Board still showing Dragons with a timeout. I think they're out.
We'll take it. Here we go.
Twin receivers, both sides of the formation. Williams set to the right. DeBose pressured. He's going to have to get away from it, and a helmet off.
Yeah.
That'll stop the clock. It'll benefit Junction City.
I believe 2 people had it on their
My
jacket.
goodness, it got knocked off at the 26. They're going to pick it up at the 35. So without the face mask, it would have been an 11-yard loss. The helmet lost 9 more.
That wasn't just your normal face mask, Jacob. That one had some force behind it.
Yes, it did. Goodness gracious. And I certainly wasn't intentional.
No.
That's the heat of the moment.
Good hard football. You got an elusive
You
quarterback.
got body parts flying around out there. You're trying to grab anything you can. Sometimes you get that face mask and it off pops a helmet. That's part of it. That's just football. 6.2. Yeah, it shouldn't be difficult. Really shouldn't be difficult to mark it off.
I don't know. We didn't practice
Now,
this one for the toss.
I'll ask you, is that a spot foul or is that going to be from the line of scrimmage? That's what I was thinking. It's going to be a spot foul is only going to be if you're going back, not necessarily force. It's going to be from the line of scrimmage, which their line of scrimmage was a 13. So it should be half the distance, so it should put them inside the 10. Face mask on the defense. So I put them inside the 10. Regardless, Dragons are going to have, I would think, 1 play.
Got to make it a quick one.
Maybe 2 if it's a quick shot here. Maybe a fade or something. Maybe a slant route inside, something quick. Thing is, if you throw something quick before the goal line, you got to make sure it's going to result in 6.
You got to get in. You got 6. You ought to be able to get a play off here, and then, like you said, it's either a touchdown or you do what you want to do on 4th.
6.2 to play. DeBose out of the shotgun. Rain starting to pick up here from Keith Field. Big play here before the break. Dragons by 4. High snap, corralled. Going to throw over the middle, incomplete. Trying to hook up with, I believe that was Owens on the hot route over the middle. Falls incomplete. Clock stops with 2.3. I think it's safe to say just 1 more play before the intermission.
Thought they may run him out here, Jacob. We're going to roll with the. It's not great kicking conditions either. Like you said, it's starting to fall here. Last play, Jake.
Big play for both sides. Could be a game changer. Come the second half, DeBose pressure, throws over the middle, incomplete, and that will do it. Pass falls incomplete on the turf, and Lafayette County with a big defensive stand before the break. It's been an exciting first half of action, folks. You're going to want to settle in tight and not go anywhere. Junction City with an 18-14 lead here at the break in Stamps. We're going to step aside for 2 minutes, back with more, 3 minutes, back with more on the Dragon Sports Network.
In 2013, the Dragon Sports Network was created to give Junction City fans an opportunity to follow Dragon football live each and every week. Since then, and for the past several years, the network has expanded to coverage of Dragon basketball and hopes to add coverage of additional Dragon athletic teams in the future. Through the years, the DSN has benefited greatly from many generous sponsors and advertisers. Of those, several have been with the network from its very humble beginnings 10 years ago. The DSN is thankful for all the support it has received from those organizations, businesses, and individuals through the years. One very special individual who has been a wonderful contributor to the DSN from the very start has been Miss Jan Norris Pepper. In 2013, Miss Pepper gave to the network through the Kevin Norris Memorial, which was started in memory of her late brother. A 1978 graduate of Junction City High School, James Kevin Norris played center on the 1977 Junction City football team, which finished as the 7AA East Conference runner-up and a game shy of reaching the state playoffs in an era when fewer teams earned postseason berths. He was a proud FFA member and an employee of the Georgia Pacific Sawmill, where he worked as a welder until his tragic passing in 1991. Ms. Jan, on behalf of the Dragon Sports Network, we thank you for your support of Junction City Athletics, for allowing us to bring the action live to our fans from all corners of the natural state. Most importantly, we thank you for allowing us to play a small role in keeping alive the memory of your beloved brother. We love you.
It is halftime here in Stamps, Arkansas. We're at Keith Field. The score, Junction City 18, Lafayette County 14. And in case you're wondering, I'm going to give you a heads up. We're outside working tonight, and folks, it is raining. We got our gear covered up, so you're not going to be able to see too much. We can't afford anything getting wet. And that's kind of the situation we're in right now. The rain finally got here. It's not heavy enough, but it's steady. Joining me here at the Lexus. Yes, folks, buy you a Lexus. Lanxess halftime show. Let me get that right. Mr. Daniel Wood. I almost called you Brendan Wood. That would have been bad, wouldn't it? That would have really.
I wouldn't have accepted that. I probably walked off.
That's what I was afraid of, so I apologize up front. But Daniel joining me here. And you know what? We could sit here and talk about negatives all day long. Oh, my gosh. We got to, from last week. But let's focus right now just on the positives. And D. Wood, give me 3 positives you see so far out of the Dragons.
3 positives I can tell you right now. The offensive line is making some holes in the run game. The run game was something that wasn't existent. It didn't exist last week. And they've been able to run the ball almost at will, it seems like. Even like it's 3rd and long, they're going to the run game to pick up the first down. The split back formation with Hudson leading the way for Williams, it's worked. And you got to give it to Hudson. He's back there. Of course, he wants to get some carries in, but he's doing the hard, dirty work for Williams to pick up the big game. And, defensively, they're flying around. Defensive line is coming off the ball nicely and everything. Number 10 for Lafayette County, Jackson, he's extremely elusive. They were able to get to him early for a couple of sacks, and they were able to stop him right here for a 4th and 1. But, he's a pretty elusive player, but they're getting after him pretty good. Defensively, they're flying around. They're wrapping up better than they did last week. So, they probably did some little drills on that.
And like you did, you just gave us 3 good ones there, talking about the running game, talking about the offensive line, and the defense overall. So there's positives you hang your hat on. When we sit down with Coach Carpenter on the pregame show, one of the things he talked about, he said, what I'm talking about now, folks, was off when we got through with the interview. Let me just say it like that. I'll go ahead and share this with you. He said, I'm not going to make excuses, but he said, you got to understand that we have 14 sophomores. 14 positions of the 22 starting positions are manned by sophomores. And, there's going to be mistakes. There's going to be things that go wrong. And one of the things he's teaching these kids is something they're learning is studying film. And he said, when you realize, hey, they're looking and go, hey, Coach, I understand now what you're talking about. I should have blocked this way, or I should have made the pitch here, or I should have cut to a different angle on my pass route. Now I see what you're talking about. You're seeing some of these improvements because some of the things he talked about, Daniel, was the blocking and the running the game. Last week you said it was non-existent. You're absolutely right. 34 yards. And I believe – I'm looking at Mr. Chad Rhodes here. I believe he's got some stats for us. I tell you what, I'm going to let you hand that up to Daniel there. And thank you, Chad. Appreciate it greatly. Halftime stats, Mr. Chad Rose, Mr. Ricky Watts.
All right, so offensively for Junction, you got Williams with 13 carries for 99 yards. Got Hudson for 6 carries for 42 yards and a touchdown. Passing, you got DeBose. He's 6 for 14, 91 yards. He's got 1 touchdown and 1 interception. Junction's total offense in the first half is 240 yards with 91 passing, 149 yards rushing. Lafayette County total offense is 87 with 90 passing and -3 rushing. Defensive leaders are DeBose with 5 tackles. You have Anthony Williams with 4 tackles, and you have Singleton with he's got 2 tackles and he has 2 sacks. So I mean, like we said, they're flying around on the defensive side of the ball, and offensively, they're moving it on the ground. It's good to see that, especially after last week.
Well, Daniel, the 3 positives you talked about, the stats just backed it up right there. And I want to thank those guys. Real quick, let me say this: our 10th anniversary. Chad been with us for quite a while. Appreciate everything he does. The Rev in there, crunching them numbers, getting the stats down. He's been with us from the get-go. When I got a chance, I want to thank both of these guys greatly. When you look at this field again, folks, there is a very important part of Junction City football history right here on this field. And you go, well, Dub, what is that? Well, let me share a story with you. So gather around. Let's go back 62 years.
Sweet Jesus.
Yes, sir, to November of 1960. Junction City, under first-year coach Howard Muse, qualified for the district playoffs. First time in school history we went to the so-called playoffs. Now, it was a district, not a state, mind you. It was a district playoff game here at Keith Field. They were playing Mount Ida. The agreement was that both schools would meet about halfway. Mount Ida would come so far. I say Mount Ida, excuse me, Mineral Springs. Let me correct that right now. Mineral Springs would come so far, Junction City would meet them. The meeting point was here. They agreed to meet at Stamps. So in November of 1960, Junction City played Mineral Springs. They lost the game 7-0. You talk about, well, who were some of the players on that game? I bet, can you name any of them? Let me throw you some names. I bet you recognize a couple. Let's start with Alvin Kelly. Anybody recognize that name? Let's talk about the McKinnons, Bruce and Bob McKinnon on that team. I'm trying to get some more here just off the top of my head. My dad played in that game, started in the game. He had an interception, I believe, late in the game. I never knew it for years, Daniel, till one day a guy from Mineral Springs knew I was doing research, mailed me a bunch of copies he had of that game, and I'm reading it, and there it is in there. And so when I say something to him about it, he said, yeah, I didn't think about it. He said, I was always talking about how good he was, big Bob McKinnon, him and Bob McKinnon. He loved Bob McKinnon. That was a heck of a game, a historical game. And the very same field they're playing on tonight is the one they played this game on. And I imagine the track was already around it. Stamps was very good back then in track. I told people last time I was here was 1980-something. I'll just say it like that and leave it alone. And I believe the only thing they've done different that I can tell, they might have changed out some bleachers and did a little painting. But this field has been around since 1952. If we read the sign correctly. Keith Field named after a physician here, as it says on the sign, a beloved physician. And it is the 70th, that's right, folks, 70th anniversary if we looked at everything correctly. But I thought I'd share that with you. I think it's pretty cool to look back on that and imagine how it was. And I will say this, they made 50 copies of the program from that game, and I managed to get my hands. We got one of them in our DSN archives, one of the programs from that game, only 50 of them. And I thought that's pretty cool to have one of them. We're going to step away for 2 minutes. When we come back, we're going to see how this weather's doing, and we may be ready to show y'all some more football here on the Dragon Sports Network. All right, we are back. They got 2 minutes showing left in the halftime. Both teams back on the field warming up. Like I said, we got our equipment covered right now, but we're fixing to uncover here shortly. The rain is appearing, has showed up. While we got our showed up, it's slowed up. let me get my words right here. Slowed up, not showed. It did show up. Denton, I know you got a USW update for us. Take it away.
Yeah, I do, Wayne. I got Harding Academy 38, Camden Harmony Grove 6,
Oof.
Fordyce 7, Amanda Cove 15, Whitehall 16, Warren 7. All these games are at the halftime. And one back in Union County, it is 22 Camden, nothing on El Dorado.
Whoa.
Got another one here of a team that's pretty good in the state, and that's Greenwood getting beat right now by Fort Smith Northside 27-7.
Oof.
And an out-of-state game of Pulaski Academy playing that Madison-Richland. I believe that happened. I think it was a two-game series. Pulaski Academy 14, Mississippi 21.
Ooh, and we got an update. Union was leading home 11-6. So
That's a very odd score.
That's a very odd score. That's where you make your baseball joke go. Bottom of the fourth.
Who decides to go for 2 and then kick a field goal? I mean, what?
That's some great thinking. We're going to step away for another 30 seconds. When we come back, the second half of Junction City and Lafayette County here on the Dragon Sports Network.
I guess I'm doing play-by-play, and Brendan's going to do a little color.
Okay.
You're going to talk a lot now. I mean, this is it's out of my comfort zone.
I've
here,
worked
Brendan.
with you, so I'm good. I'm good. I got the Union game. Been ready, born ready.
All right, we're back here in Lafayette County with some second half action. The second half, you're going to have me, Daniel Wood, and Brennan Cupp doing the coverage for you. We're going to see how good we can do together. It looked like Lafayette County is going to be kicking off the second half. Back deep for Junction, you're going to have Jacorian Key.
Jordavion, and I believe that's DeBose.
Yeah, DeBose back there.
Alongside him.
What's your takes on the first half, Brennan?
Junction asserted the run game extremely well, minus a couple plays, man. The Lafayette County's quarterback, he did a great job of staying firm out of the pocket. DeBose putting that head down.
Yeah, DeBose picking up a little bit. A little about 10 yards after he got the football in his hands.
Let's do split backs and pick up where we left off, D-Wood.
Yeah, I agree. Run game worked very well in the first half. I think you need to go back to that.
I mean, it's a wet field. I mean, wrap up the football and get behind your big offensive line and run.
Definitely. All right, here we go. We got DeBose back center, back to quarterback. We're going to do a split back formation again. Hudson and Williams back here. DeBose with the handoff to Williams. Williams finds he powers his way through, picks up a good. He's still motoring. About a good 7 yards. He's been fighting for yards all night.
As soon as he hits that hole, he keeps his legs turning. He wraps up that football. That's what I like to see, D-Wood.
Definitely.
About, call it 6, 7.
Yeah, it's about I would say about a 7-yard gain. Going back to the same formation. DeBose gets the snap, hands off to Williams again. He follows Hudson again, picks up another good, about 5 yards.
Yeah,
I'm going to tell you, if it ain't broke, there ain't no sense of changing here, Brennan.
No, I think you ride this out. I mean, if you're picking up 4 or 5 yards, breaking occasional 10, 12, you got to roll with it. I'm kind of thinking they may lean towards Hudson right here. D-Wood switch it up just a hair.
Yeah. I mean, Hudson's been working hard. He deserves some love. He deserves to get some carries.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with either of them.
No, you can't. Not right now. I liked it when they did the little heavy set also that scored a touchdown with DeBose rushing earlier.
Yep.
DeBose gets it, hand off to Williams again. He's going to try to take it to the outside. He tries to get out there, see if he gets the edge. He gets it.
He ran a long way.
Let's see what how much they're going to give him. Looks like about a good, almost about 4-yard gain, 3 to 4 yards. It's not bad. He searched for it, and he finally saw something. He hit upfield pretty quickly.
Good job holding your block outside there. Let him seal the corner and get around you.
Definitely.
Great job.
So it's been a big improvement, the offensive line from week to week, though.
Oh, man, every week so far. Yep.
All right, DeBose again with the handoff to Williams.
There it is.
Like I said, if it ain't broke. He spins around, looks like he's going to pick up the first down for about 2 yards. 2 yards past the first down marker.
Great job by Williams. Absorbing contact, keeping the feet
Definitely.
moving, spinning out of that and gaining as many as he can.
Williams, he's not just a real tall kid, but he is stout. He's definitely, you can tell he's worked out in the leg department in the weight room.
And he is a junior this year?
Yeah, he's a junior.
Hudson as well?
Yeah, junior as well, if I can get it out.
Here we go.
All right, DeBose again. He draws back the pass this time. They're going to look down. They got Key. He's throwing it. It might just overshot him just a little bit much. Almost picked off. Almost picked off by Trevor Knighton there for Lafayette County.
Plays center field for him. It looked like a center fielder there. Almost
over the shoulder
away with that.
Yeah. That's the thing right there. You got 2 routes really going out, and you got a safety and corner. It's almost double covered on both sides.
Yeah.
But here they go. They're going to come back out the same formation, split back. DeBose gets snapped, hand off to Williams again. He finds another hole. Picks up another solid, let's say, what you say, about another 6 or 7 again.
I would say at least 6 on that one, Dewood. Kind of was a slow developing play there for a second. I'm only going to give him about 5. I thought he got a little more than that. Anyway, positive run.
Oh, yeah.
You were waiting on that shot, Dewood. I've been waiting on it for early in the second quarter. The way we've ran the ball, it's going to open up. But the Cougars did a great job of containing that.
All right, DeBose again. He's going to hand off to Hudson this time. Hudson hard running up the middle. He's going to pick up the first down.
Yeah, absolutely. Great job following his blocks there.
Definitely Hudson. Both of these running backs for Junction, they're very hard to bring down. Williams definitely, he's more low center of gravity, but he spins off. He's got some elusiveness to him, but Hudson, he'll drop that shoulder and run you straight over if he can.
Junction City, they're the high school of Alabama. You're going to have running backs year in and year out, and they're going to be tough, hard runners. It is what it is. Here we go.
All right, DeBose again, same formation, split back. Hand off to Hudson again. Hudson, he breaks a couple tackles, spins off another. Took about 3 Cougars to bring him down that time.
He earned those. He earned those yards.
Oh, yeah, he fought for those.
He got about 4, 3.
Yeah, it's about 3 or 4.
That's a positive first down play.
Yeah, definitely.
Eating clock as well, Dewood.
See, I'd almost like to see it, DeBose kind of, if he could maybe do a pull and just go around the edge right here, because they're not expecting it. Come off the pass, a quick one over here to Key. Key catches it.
Good job.
He gets a little stiff arm. He's fighting for more yards. He keeps fighting and fighting and fighting. It takes about 6 of the Cougars to bring him down.
In those split back plays, you're going to get a lot of that. That's open a lot with him or Carter.
Definitely.
They're going to have to. They're giving up 5 yards a carry. You're going to have to start cheating. That's going to be there.
Well, you can see the corners are also giving a lot of depth out there. A little quick little spot pass or a little quick curl also. They're going to be open on that.
And credit this offensive line, man. Like you said a minute ago, tremendous improvement since the Hamburg scrimmage.
Yes. All right, DeBose again, split back, hands off to Williams again. Williams broke a tackle at the line, and he picks up another about 5 yards.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Yeah, about 5.
Yeah. I'm telling you, just picking off where they left off in the first half.
Used almost getting close to the halfway point of the third quarter.
See, that's what you're talking about. You got a good time of possession this half as well. A little high snap to DeBose. DeBose is going to keep it. He's shifty himself. He's going to pick up. Looks like he's going to get touchdown. Touchdown, Dragons. DeBose.
Great job.
A 9-yard touchdown run.
He wanted to cut that outside, D. Wood. Good job of cutting that back in.
Yeah, he saw the hole there, and he went back in.
10-point ball game.
That's something some players have. They just like to get to that outside. They see it looks a lot more wide open out there, but you're not picking up any yards. But DeBose, he saw it, and he hit it hard.
Yep. Great job. I'll go for 2 here.
Yeah, it looked like they're bringing in Javion Davis in here.
It's not a bad idea.
No, it's not. See, they look like they're going to do a little heavy set out here. They're going to bring the tight end back to the right side. DeBose split back. Give the Hudson. Hudson, he's going to that's a 2-point conversion easily. Easily. He wanted to drop a shoulder for a little. That's something extra after he already passed the goal line there. All right, we got 26-14. Junction City with 7:27 left in the third quarter.
We'll be back in 30.
All right, we're back here with some action in the third quarter. We got Mr. Cole Henry kicking off. It's a good little sky kick over here. Mr. Number 22, Jaden Stewart for the Cougars, calls a fair catch. Look like they're going to take over at about the 32, 33-yard line.
You don't see many people not fair catch those after the Keandre Evans and Josh Armstrong hits that we we had back in 13-14. You see a lot of fair catches.
Definitely. What you expecting to see here from the Cougars in the second half offensively, Brennan?
I'm going to roll. I'm going to use the quarterback's legs. I mean, if it's not broke, don't fix it. And he's extended some plays. If you're Junction, you got to rely on that big line. And safety, stay home. You've seen him be able to extend plays with his legs.
All right, we got Jackson, the quarterback for the Cougars. He gets the snap. Look to a swing pass out here to Dedner. Dedner, he's caught the rights. He's fighting, though. He loss of about, that's a good loss of, what do you say, about 10, 11 right there.
I would say at least 10. That was Singleton. Davis, he blew it up. Singleton, he has been everywhere tonight.
They flew to the ball.
There was several other Dragons in the vicinity. Javion, he fits the eye test, and, man, he is a strong kid. I mean, you get him a one-on-one, he's going to shove his man down every time.
Yes. He's a tough person to block one-on-one.
59 is Jay Tolles, I believe.
Yes,
he's a sophomore.
Yes, he's sophomore.
He is. His height is blown up this year. He's come a long way.
All right, you got Jackson again, a quarterback for the Cougars. A high snap over his head. He just has to fall on it. That's another loss for about 8 yards or so.
Who's standing behind him, D. Wood? Singleton.
He's right there.
He is everywhere.
He has gotten pressure consistently off that edge all night.
If you're Junction here, don't commit a silly.
No,
just keep your man in front of you, make the tackle. If you're Lafayette County, I think you try to force them to do something like that.
I mean, you do what you've been doing all night with Jackson, just rolling out and try to find a receiver downfield. I mean, you got to give it to the Cougars. They do a good job. The receivers are finding some open space when they're trying to help their quarterback out.
Yeah, they don't quit on the play. Absolutely. Here we go.
All right, you got Jackson. He gets the snap. He's rolling out to his left, a little dump-off pass to number 22. That's a nice tackle. You don't mind giving that up right there.
No.
I mean, you had a long field to gain. They still have about 15 yards to go, 4th and 15.
Was that Thurman?
Thurman? That was Jackson Thurman wrapping up for a nice tackle.
And you still got them on their side of the field. I would think you would punt this away.
Definitely. I would think so, too. The game's still, it's still there for you. It's a 12-point lead for the Dragons, but the game's not away from you yet. If they go for it right here, that just, to me, that tells you that they don't think they can stop the Dragon run game.
And I can kind of agree with them there, D. Wood, the way that we've ran it tonight.
Let's see how they're going to come out. Looks like they're going to go Got Jackson in the backfield right there with Sanders with him. Jackson gets a snap, throws it over to Sanders. Sanders.
That's not going to work.
He's right. Oh, big hit. Big hit. Who was that? That was Davis. That was Davis, of course.
Who else? Big Javion. I love his energy.
He came flying in there with a good thump. Just a junior as well. You're going to see him a lot next year.
A lot of Dragons. A lot of underclassmen. I thought, like we said earlier in the game, there's 14 sophomores on this Dragon team that are starting.
I mean, that's youth. I mean, you're going to see some mistakes early on, but you're going to be able to. You're going to see some development over the year.
As Jacob said last week, he had to depart us early to not get back to Magnolia. Week 0 last week, you would like to think we worked a lot of the kinks out, and in this second half, we're putting it together.
Yeah, definitely.
And if you come out right here, D Wood, I run the football, smash mouth.
Yeah, no question. If you wanted to, I think they're going to go back and running the ball as well. But if you wanted to take a shot right here, I mean, you got them in a situation where they're probably not feeling very high on themselves, but they're going to split back formation.
They're playing 10 yards off Carter over there.
Hand off to Williams. Williams has a hole. He's going to hit it. He's still fighting for yards. Picks up about 11 yards.
Great run by Jordavion there. That's just fatigue sitting in by the Cougars.
Yeah, I mean that's what number 11 right there for the Cougars. Parrish. I mean, he's had a heck of a game so far coming off that edge, but they're starting to get into him a little bit more, and you can tell that, he's starting to get a little worn out.
You like to see we're fixing some of our mistakes as we go along in this game.
Yeah, they're coming out with a double tight split back formation. Carter's got it back off the line. We hand off to Hudson. Hudson, he's picking it up. That's a touchdown for him.
He gone.
That's the second touchdown in the game for Hayden Hudson. He got contact right about at the 8-yard line. He just can't.
He never.
It didn't matter to him.
He never felt it. And this is what you want to see if you're in purple and gold. I mean, this is Dragon football.
Yeah, this is what you want to see. Kind of imposing your will on the opposite team.
And I mean, as Jacob said before he left, your legs aren't near as heavy if things are going right.
Yeah, that's exactly right. We got Cole Amory coming in for the PAT.
Get the snap
Get
off.
the snap. It's down. Kick is up. And it is no good. Wide left. All right. It scores 32-14 with 4:02 left in the third quarter. We will be back in 30 seconds. All right, we're back here in the third quarter. Brennan, we were discussing right there at the break. I mean, what do you think's the difference so far that you've seen right here between this game and the last game?
You're starting to find your identity as a football team, and we got 22 players on this senior high team, and as we were discussing a minute ago, junior high's off to a hot start. They're 2-0. I believe they won 54-6 yesterday, 8-0 in their first game. You get 5 or 6 good bodies just to switch out, give some of these guys a breather. We find our identity. We're going to get in better shape as the season goes on.
Definitely.
I mean,
well, that's a good point.
I think it's up from here.
I mean, you're starting to see a lot more positives than you saw last week. And, I mean,
last week we were trying to find our identity. We never found it. Credit Grove. I'm not taking anything away from them.
Grove's a solid
football team. But you didn't see us in split back much. There was no run game last week. We just tried to throw a lot of balls. Corey was trying to make things happen that necessarily weren't there. I mean, it's not all on him. The receivers weren't running.
When the game's away from you a little bit, you press a little bit. So, I mean, it's something. It's just human nature.
You saw a lot of cramps last week. You see some kids dancing around right now. That's fun to watch if you're a Dragon fan.
Definitely. I mean, you haven't seen many cramps this week. I mean, like you said, Pump said, when things are going your way, it's a lot easier to be going out there. All right, you got Jackson again, a quarterback for the Cougars. He gets the snap, a little high snap. He has a hard time getting a hold of it. They get a hold. That would have been I don't know if that guy. Yeah, that should be an ineligible receiver.
They're coming out everywhere, D-Wood. They practice this one, son. They're letting them heave now.
An eligible receiver downfield, I believe, is going to be the call.
Credit the quarterback, man. I mean, he's getting a lot of high snaps tonight, man. He is making some very athletic
He's getting
plays.
a hand on it. He's making sure it ain't going to be too bad for him. Like they had that one bad snap this last drive.
Yep. And that one was a little too high for him to get. But that one right there, he had to get up there and get a hand on that just to tip it to himself, and then just to get it away. He saw a man open. He went with it.
Yeah, I went with Jackson too. That's something you got to look forward to for if you're a Cougar fan. He's just a sophomore as well.
Man, he's probably one of they had we got to do the pleasure of doing them in basketball last year against Junction. Lafayette County had several freshmen that are going to be big impact players, and I would like to think some of them play football as well. And the future's bright over here in Lafayette County.
All right, here we go. We got Cougars coming out. You got Jackson to get at quarterback. Let's look like he's going to have Parrish in the backfield. Well, normally they do that to kind of get some little pass protection back there.
I can't blame him there.
No, he's done a good job blocking all night. Got dual receivers to each side. Jackson gets the snap. He rolls out to his right.
Oh, good pressure.
Estrada trying to get pressure. He gets it, wraps him up.
Ball.
There, I believe they're going to get a horse collar.
They got a flag early in the play on the back side. I don't know what happened there, D. Wood. He tripped over it back there. It was thrown well before this one over here. This one over here is going to be a horse collar.
It should be an offsetting play.
Yeah.
I mean, just replay the down. But
I don't know.
That's if they're both on. That's if they're both on. One's on Junction, one's on Lafayette County.
If it was a hold, it was extremely unnecessary away from the play. You see that a lot in football, though.
I mean, unless he saw that one right there on the edge.
Yeah, and that's where it came from. So,
I mean, Smith, he's been firing off the side of off the edge as well. And I think that might have been what they're calling right there. Definitely horse collar on this side of the field as well, though.
Waiting on the call. Just going to be all set and been like you said.
Yeah, replay it down.
If you're the Dragons, you just keep your nose pinned back and get after it.
Nose pinned back.
Oh, we're going to roll with it. You've been rolling with LeBron for years.
All right, looks like going to be about a 1st and 15 for the Cougars here. They're going to come out again with Jackson Parrish in the backfield.
Big play from Davis right here. I can feel it.
High snap again. Look for Johnson to hold the edge right there. He throws it down here to 3. Good catch. Good catch for Lafayette County.
That's just a great job
Sanders.
by the quarterback, man. That great play by the quarterback, getting it to Sanders.
I mean, he's consistently looking downfield the entire time. He's not. If he could see something, he's going to take off, but he's looking downfield for the big play.
And I can't remember if it was you or if Jacob said it before he left. Their receivers don't give up. They
don't give up.
If he's not down, the whistle's not blown. They're still moving for him.
All right, same formation for the Cougars. They're kind of sticking like Junction did. Whatever's working for you, you keep doing it. All right, Jackson gets a snap again. He's rolling out, or looks like he's about to. He's sacked in the back. Davis again.
He blew his man up, and he if you're going to bounce, you better bounce outside because you don't want big number 5-0 getting a hold of you. And if you go outside, you got a Singleton waiting on you, so it's a lose-lose.
Especially on that side of the field.
Jeter, he's getting through the line on this side as well. His little brother will play a big part later on. I don't know if it'll be this year. I think he'll move up, but he's another one to keep an eye on. He's a freshman this year.
Yeah. That's one thing that's been consistent from the things I've seen each game is the defensive line. They've gotten pressure each game. It's just last week, the quarterback for Harmony Grove, he was just able to see the holes. I mean, you got to have lane discipline.
Yep.
But
week 1, we were blowing through and just kind of wildly.
Yeah.
Is the best way to put
it.
This week,
Jackson gets a snap again. He rolls out to his right. He throws it downfield. Almost picked off. Almost picked off. That was a good play right there by Thurman, though, to break that up.
Great job by Thurman.
He didn't give up on it. He knew.
Well, it was Sanders that was
Sanders almost brought it in, yeah.
Great job by Thurman. It's going to bring up a 3rd and long.
Landed right in Key's lap. He just couldn't. Didn't look like he was expecting it.
Big play here for the Dragons. You want to see them get that offense back on the field.
Definitely. Get off the field right here. I mean, you've dominated the third quarter time possession-wise, but you'd like to go ahead and get something, get it back real quick with about 2 minutes left, and go ahead and try to punch another one in right here before the fourth quarter.
Absolutely. Here we go.
All right, Jackson, the quarterback. Parrish to his left. He gets the snap. Looks like they're trying to do a little spot pass. Jackson, he's going to pick up. Nice little cutback. He's going to keep going. He picks up the first down.
DeBose finally gets him down about the 36.
That was about a gain of about 18 yards.
Oh, they got him back at the, I'll say the 38.
Yeah.
Good job by DeBose there. I mean, that was a great cut.
I mean, you get a player like Jackson right there in the open field. I mean, that can be scary, but DeBose, he's coming in under control.
I like my
making the
matchup with
tackle.
DeBose. Yeah, and that great cutback to get around Thurman there. I mean, that's just a good player in open field, as you say, making a play. Keeping their offense on the field. 1:36 left in the third here.
See Singleton coming over to this side of the field. Got Jackson. He's rolling out to his left. He's looking downfield. Just a little bit off.
Javion someone lost a shoe. Javion went down there. I was watching him.
Yeah, it looked like he slipped right off the line.
I was trying to see if he was going to get up immediately. He did. He looks to be fine. Great job staying home by the Dragons secondary there.
I mean, back in that secondary, I mean, the way they're playing it is they're just going to pass off the receiver into the zone.
Yep.
So, I mean, that was a good job right there from DeBose to Thurman right there, passing off the receiver coming across the deep middle.
Looking at Tolles right here. Tolles, he's had a little bit of a breather. Let's see if he can make a play. He's got fresh legs. He's going to get down. Good-looking kid.
Well, we got Hudson coming off the edge over there as well.
Scary for the opposing team. Good call.
And right there. That should be intentional grounding.
Yeah, you got to throw that. What are they waiting on here, D-Wood?
That's their change. They're going to call it a fumble.
Did we recover it?
Yeah, that Junction
Great
recovered
call.
it.
Great
Junction City
call.
Ball.
Nah, I saw it the whole way. I knew it.
That was a good call by you saying Hudson was off on the edge right there, too.
Yeah. He wouldn't come
Let's
into
see, they're
my guy's
discussing
side.
it right now. We'll see what they do here. Call on the field was a fumble.
I don't see a booth over here to overturn it. That's just me. But, I mean, from my point of view, I thought he was tempted to throw it.
It's either that or intentional grounding.
Yeah, I mean, either way. Dragon offense is on the field, ready for the call.
Like the head ref, he's starting to walk over to the Junction side. I don't know if he's going to give Carpenter a little explanation. Ivory's wanting an explanation over here on the Cougar sideline.
They didn't practice this one before the game.
They had the coin flip, all that figured out. I mean,
they had it figured out, son.
Junction going to go ahead and get their offense out here ready to run a play. All right, head ref heading over there to the Junction sideline. Let's kind of look at the reaction of Carpenter over there, see what he says.
No headset toss yet. Hat toss. He's got his hat on this week. Finally going to get a call here.
Let's see.
I think.
It looked like they're going to change it back over. So the chain gang starting to move to the right. It has to be.
If anything, I mean, I think he was throwing it, but it's intentional grounding.
I don't think you're going to get that call if they're changing this stuff.
Yeah.
Still waiting on a signal. Intentional grounding, they're going to give it. Third down. Now it's going to be interesting to see how they get the chains reset back to where they were.
Herman's going to get that lined out over there.
Herman, he's been on top of things since we walked in the gate here. I'm tell you.
looking for him.
So that's going to be that third down marker is going to have to go about
Yeah, I see him. He's over there to the left. He's getting things lined out. I thought, there we go. Okay, now I was fixing that. Didn't look right to me off
Yeah,
the.
about a 5-yard loss, I believe.
Big play here for the Dragon defense. And that little, whatever you want to call it by the officials there, got a break for that Dragon front.
Yeah. Let's see. You got Jackson, the quarterback again. You got about 3rd and 15 here. He's going to roll out to his right. He's got a receiver right here, Dedner. He's shaking and baking. He's gone. Touchdown, Cougars.
Hey, you give them a little space, man, they're going to make you pay every time.
You get some of these kids in open field right here. They're definitely
hard to
tough
tackle.
to bring down.
Yeah.
It's going to make it 32-20 right here. I believe the Cougars going to go for 2, as they've done all the rest of the night. Let's see, they're going to come out.
The play took a lot of time, it felt like.
They're going to come out an empty set. The first time I believe I've seen an empty set from them all night.
They're going to get this one off. I don't think they'll get it off. They didn't blow it, though.
Got Hudson right there again. Big play. Big play.
Hayden Hudson.
All right. With 48.9 seconds left in the 3rd quarter, it is 32-20. The Junction City Dragons ahead. We will be back in 30 seconds. All right, we are back here in the 3rd quarter. Lafayette County just came away with a touchdown to bring the score back within 12. 48.9 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Here goes a whistle, getting ready to kick. Cougars kick it off deep. Look like DeBose is going to get it about the 34-yard line or 24-yard line. He cuts off to the outside, cuts back, slips.
Slick field.
Thought maybe could have got a flag right there for a little bit of a late hit when he was on the ground, but they're going to let it slide. I believe they're going to – slippery conditions might be the reason why.
What do you get to there, D-Wood? The 32?
That looks about where they're going to mark it, Matt.
If you're the offense, you just keep the train rolling. Jordavion, Hudson. Hudson, after that big tackle, he's pretty amped up. Jordavion's rested. I mean, you can't go wrong with either, D-Wood.
No, which I like that because, I mean, you got with Hudson at the DN right there. I mean, when you got Davis right there and you got Hudson on the edge, that's two hard people to block right there. And it's going to be very hard to get any type of double block on either of them. You got a split back formation again with a double tight. Hand off to Williams. Williams, he hits a little bit. He breaks free again. He keeps fighting. He's off to the outside. Let's see if he keeps going. He has a stiff arm again.
He went for, what, 25?
Yeah, right about that. Let's see. He went from about the 32 all the way down to, let's say, about the 42 on the opposite side of the 50.
Great run by Williams there. Man, he looks like he's tackled 2 to 3 yards into it, and he just pops out the other side of the pile.
He held a stiff arm right there for a solid 8 yards.
Yes. And, man, if you're a Dragon, you love to see it.
You definitely do. I mean, you love to know that you're going to have these two back again in the backfield next year.
I was about to say, it's just a taste of what's to come. Here we go.
Split back formation. Low snap. Williams picks it up. He gets off of that tackle. He takes one to the shoulder. He's still fighting along.
He bounced off him, son.
Yeah, what do you say? What about another pick up about 4 yards?
I would give him 4.
A low snap, but still picking up positive yardage.
He he didn't panic on that, D. Wood. He picked it up immediately, took off.
There's no reason to panic right now if you're Williams.
No, anything you do is positive right now. And 16 seconds left in the third here. Dragons up by 12. Gave him 3 on that one, D. Wood.
3. There you go. All right, coming out again with the double tight look. Hand off to Hudson this time. Hudson with a nice little cut. He's fighting off 2. He was stood up by about 2 defenders, but he wasn't given none. Took that third one to be able to bring him down after a pickup of about another 3 or 4 yards.
That'll end the third here,
Into the third quarter. Into the third quarter, 32-20, Junction City Dragons. We'll be back in 60 seconds. All right, we are back here for some fourth quarter action here in Lafayette County. Junction City with the ball at the Cougar 35-yard line. Williams now, after one more quarter, he has gone to 19 carries, 139 yards, a 7.3 yard per carry average.
It's a Junction City running back right there.
He's having a day. Hudson doing some damage too with 8 yards a carry. 9 carries, 74 yards, 3 touchdowns.
Speaking of
Hudson, he's off on the left side.
It's going to boost that average
yards
up
per
just
carry,
yeah,
just a little.
The yak.
I'd like to go ahead and get 2 running backs over 100 yards this game, Brennan.
We'll bring in the third. I'm not sure who our third running back is. I mean, I don't know if did we play a third back last week? We didn't, did we?
Not that I remember.
I mean, DeBose is used as a runner.
Which he hasn't had to run too much. I mean,
he's
he's had about a day as easy as the quarterbacks back in the old wishbone days for Junction City.
Yes, sir.
He's been able to hand it off. Here they come with a little heavy set. DeBose might be finna run here.
He heard us talking.
There you go. He's going to get him a little carry.
Good cut.
He cuts back. Looks like I thought he's cutting back. He's going to.
Oh, good
right
stick.
there, close to the goal line.
Thought we had a hold on that left
side.
I did too. That's why I was straight up.
That's why I kind of stopped talking for a second there. I was waiting on the flag to come out.
They've been flag happy. That was a good run by DeBose. He heard you. Carpenter heard you over here, D. Wood. He dialed one up for him. He wants that third running back.
You got to show some love every once in a while.
There you go. What's that get him down to? About the
look like they're right inside
2?
the 5-yard line. I say about the 4. It looks like from here. Can't really tell too well.
Yeah, I don't know if the. Yeah, they got 2 on the board, but I'm more of a 4 with. I'm with you there.
DeBose gets the handoff again on a little heavy set. He cuts in, touchdown DeBose.
Great cutback.
Yes. I believe that's a second touchdown run for DeBose on the night.
Kyle Sellers had an update for us on the Homer Union game. I believe the Pelicans have took the lead 14-11, unless that's changed in the last 5 minutes. That's the last update I've had.
That's a big game in North Louisiana. I know there's a lot of people that care about that.
Buddy, I'm right there with them. I've been keeping up with the beef on Facebook all week, every post.
We got Cole Henry coming in for the PAT attempt. Got Taylor Owens holding for him.
Get the snap down here, D-Wood. You want to see this? We're going to
a little low snap. Get the kick. It is
it's
up.
Good. It's
Let's
good.
see.
It's good.
It is
it's
good.
Good job,
Cole Hammer. He's a little hyped. Look at this.
Rhett Henry is proud over there. Rhett and Holly.
Yeah, Rhett ain't even over there. Holly is definitely proud. I don't even see Rhett showing any pride over there.
Man, you know deep down he's showing it. That's going to put us up by 39 to 20, 10:32 left in the third. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Kyle Sellers has done a horrible job tonight of keeping us updated. We've just been informed after I got it out of my mouth. It is Unions took the lead 18 to 14.
Yeah, he could have done that just a few minutes earlier.
He waited till I said something. I know what he did.
All right, we got Cole Hamry. I wonder if he's going to put a boot into this one. He's pretty hype after that PAT attempt.
He's riding high.
I'd go ahead and let him kick it deep right here, Brandon. Let's just see.
See the athlete.
Get another sky kick over here. They might try to return this one.
Dragons
like Dedner catches it. He is shifted. He catches that sideline, just tackled right there. Who was that got the tackle? Looked like Williams.
I believe we or Owens.
Looked like Williams.
Dedner, that name sounds extremely familiar from basketball. I could be wrong, but I want to say that was one of their extremely good.
I'm going to tell you how I remember it. It was because of the guy that was snowbirding, and he would score 30 a game.
I wasn't going to say it. What? How old is he, D-Wood?
Let's see. Who was that? Let's see. He is a senior.
Okay.
Demarion Dedner.
Yeah, I've said that name quite a bit last year in the basketball games. Let's see that Dragon front take over here. The fourth quarter.
Let's see. It's still the same starting defense for the Dragons. I mean, I know it lead's not comfortable yet.
No, you want to see them get this way. You want to see them get their feet under them too. I mean, we're going to need them.
We got Jackson back here kind of alone in the backfield right here. I tried to do a spot pass to 7. He wasn't able to get to it. He shakes off another tackle.
Ooh. He just does a good job
of
staying on his feet and finding positive things, man. And we're building for next week we'll be in Lake Village. The week after that, I believe, is conference play with Fout.
That sounds about right.
And that's what we're building for, man. They would mention these kids staying on the field. It's a 19-point game here with just under 10 to go in the fourth, but the kids look night and day compared to last week, and they played hard.
Yeah, definitely have. I mean, we also talked about conditioning also, but like we said also last week, I mean, you get conditioned while playing games, especially when you don't have much depth. These kids got to stay out here on the field. They're going to get some conditioning while playing these games as well.
There you go.
Jackson gets a snap. It's the same set. Looks to get – he breaks a tackle. Big hit. Estrada coming across, finishing him off.
Estrada was one of the bright spots of last week's game. I believe he finished with 7 tackles, and, I mean, he was all over the field.
He was the Jason Hardy player of the game last week.
Right now, I believe I know who will be the player of the week. It's just
yeah, I have to agree.
How many times has he seen the end zone? Once?
I think just once, but he's gotten them down there.
He's 140 yards rushing. I mean, he's a lot of bright spots for the Dragons tonight, but he is he's shown out.
Third and short right here for the Cougars. Jackson, he tries to get a quick out over here. Dedner, that was DeBose with a big hit right there. Separated the ball. I was kind of worried right there. Dedner's head went down. DeBose came in, made contact.
Yeah,
he got up quickly though.
Yeah, you don't want to see those plays that there's nothing you can really do. Both players are going for the ball. You let it go, he's going to catch that.
Yeah, this was on Saturday though. I think DeBose be missing the first half of next week.
He would be, especially if he was in Alabama uniform. They love to get those kids out.
Stop it. All right, we got a 4th and short here. We're going to see what the Cougars do. Jackson, he rolls out to his left. He's going to be able to get the edge, get the first down. He slides right here. I don't know. Couldn't tell if he intentionally slid or he just kind of lost his footing there.
Yeah, it's a wet field. We had a pretty good rain here for about 10, 15 minutes here earlier. And tomorrow night's what we've all been waiting on, 6:30 game, Alabama, Utah State. I know we're all excited.
Literally no one cares about it.
Denton's giving me a weird look over here to the left of me. I know there's a lot of Roll Tiders out there. I'm ready for it myself.
Yeah, Brennan, we're not trying to lose viewers here, all right?
All right, let's see a big play from that defensive front here. I'm looking. Here's Davis on this side. Let's watch Davis here.
Jackson with Sanders back
too
there
easy.
for
Here
protection. Who is that?
That's
Estrada with the sack.
Late in games last week, he really
Telling
come
you.
out late in the game.
That's one player I'm telling you right there. His condition has been on point.
And he is a senior this year. He's one of the few seniors.
Yeah, he is one of the seniors this year. He's definitely played his role, been a good leader for him so far.
Yeah, he's 110% every play.
Yeah, definitely. $7:28 left in this ball game. Running clock right now. Cougars don't look like they're in too much of a hurry.
No, and I mean the
game's still
it's still in reach.
Yeah,
I've
it's
seen
still
crazier.
in reach, but
good job.
Jackson with a snap. See Anthony Williams with a huge sack.
I was watching him a minute ago. I've been waiting on him to make a play. He shot out of a cannon right there.
He definitely did. He came off the edge nicely right there and he wrapped him up.
And he's a senior too as well?
Yeah, he is a senior.
Okay.
Well, Jackson's been hard to get, but Williams made sure he wasn't going to get away from him on that play.
Great job wrapping him up there. It's going to bring up a 3rd and long. Clock still ticking. You're starting to see the egos of the Cougars. They're kind of dragging around a little more now. Dragons fired up. I mean,
yeah.
Get this stop right here, go score again, and get ready for Lake Village next week.
Well, like we said, they don't seem too worried about the clock, but also the running game for the Dragons, it's been hard to stop the whole night, honestly. So it's kind of – you almost wonder if they're almost content just kind of running this out.
Right, I don't blame – I mean,
if you can make a big play right here.
You do it, but, I see what you're right, 100% right.
Got another split back set for the Cougars. He's looking around. Who
is that?
Just throws it away. Just through the arms of number 22.
That was big 5-0 latched onto. He is, man, he gets the ball away better than – he looks like Johnny Manziel. I'm going to be honest with you. He just comes out of nowhere and he gets that ball off, does not take the sacks very often.
He had a receiver there, too. Jaden Stewart almost came away with it. He just had it was a little bit low for him to get there. But, that was a good effort right there by Jackson to even try to get it to him.
You just don't commit a silly play here.
4th and 26 here.
You know where the ball's going. If you're in the secondary, you make the tackle.
Yeah, you
play behind it, come up, make the hit, make the stop.
Yeah, exactly. You got 26 yards to go. You just play back. Play back and collapse to the ball.
Don't let him beat you with his legs. He gets in that open. You're going to take a timeout.
We got a timeout, Lafayette County, with 6:04 left. We're going to take a 30-second timeout. All right, we are back with some fourth quarter action here. Score 39-20 in favor of the Dragons. 6:04 left. They're coming out. It's a 4th and 26 play right here for the Cougars. First down, but they've been able to get some short passes off. And like Dedner, you get him in an open field, he's pretty shifty.
Just get him in open field, right?
Yeah.
Just get him in open field.
He's proven to be hard to tackle all night.
And if you're also the Cougars, you're not afraid to take a risk right here. You're down 19, 6 minutes, 4 seconds left in the ball game. You can take a risk. If they intercept it, it's just a play you're trying to make. You got to make. 4th and 26, your options are limited. If you're Junction, you play it safe.
Definitely. So we got two high safeties right here. Cornerbacks giving about a 10-yard separation. Jackson gets the snap. He's looking back. He's got pressure. Key's going to have a chance at interception and hit right through his hands.
He batted it out. Good job, Key.
It was good. You like it because you're going to get the ball back up here instead of down there. So, that's a positive. I mean, I know for Key, he's wanting to build some stats up right there, get an interception. But as for the team, that's not a bad.
He deflected a pass. That's a stat.
There you go. Well, I mean, that's a stat, but everybody wants some interceptions.
No, he would have got it. He's fixing to go down here. We're fixing to
we're going to start
put an
passing
imprint.
now, Brennan?
No, we're fixing to put an imprint on this ball game. Jordavion Williams is going to finish where he started.
I'd like to see Hudson get over 100 yards right here is what I'd like to see.
Do you have an idea of what he's at?
I'm not sure. He wasn't. I want to say he was about like 80-something yards, and he broke off a good like 15 yards, so he's close.
I'm going to say he needs 5 then, D-Wood.
If my math's correct. I mean,
let's see some good runs by Hudson here. Like you said, wants to see that second 100-yard rusher.
We got a handoff to Williams. He hits up there in a gang of Dragons right there blocking for him.
I mean, that man right there, the offensive line is doing a great job.
Carter, he's shaking off something right there.
Hand, arm?
I'm not sure.
Nothing low. He's running fine.
Well, he's got look like a leg injury. Look, he's trying to run it out or something, I believe.
This late in the ball game, you probably won't see him come back in.
Nah, that's not necessary. We got another split back formation here. Got Thurman over to this side. Hand off to Williams again.
Got him that time.
That was probably the best job I've seen.
He still got about 2.
Williams, but still positive yards for the Dragons.
Let's go ahead and hand it off to Hudson right here and let him bust this one wide open. Make sure he gets that 100. 3rd and short, 4:50 left in the ball game.
I said he had about 80 yards and 15. Would have been about 5 yards away. I mean, shout out Leanna Henry. I might be able to know what I'm talking about, but
yeah, I didn't learn much from Leanna, but we'll leave it at that. I'm just kidding, Miss Henry.
We got double tight set, split back formation. Hand off to Williams again. He's going to pick up the first down and more.
Good run. Good hard run. I mean, they've asserted it, D-Wood. They've stuck with it. They've done a pass here and there, and you got to keep them honest.
Yeah, you do. I mean,
you got the receivers to do it. You got to keep them honest, but you got 2 backs there that are hot. You feed them.
Definitely, and Williams continually falling forward also. See, in a game like this, I mean, with the depth issues that Junction has, they're going to be playing mostly the starters the rest of the game anyway. But, yeah. I mean, it's good conditioning, again, like we talked about.
It's just going to play
It's going to play in their favor. Yeah. It benefits the Dragons.
Another game we were keeping tabs on. Last I scored, Magnet Cove was up. That was going to be a game, Magnet Cove and Fordyce.
Hand off to DeBose pulls it. I'd like to see that early in the game. He's going to cut back. He's got the open field. He's cutting back. He's going to cut back to the outside.
Good awareness.
He's still shaking around out there. He's still got the sideline. Heck of a run by DeBose. He gets inside about the 5-yard line.
Showing that shiftiness there. Eyes in the back of his head. I thought he was fixing to get tracked down. He made a backwards move and got away from that defender as well.
That was a big run there. Look like we got a timeout here, Cougars. 3:34 left in the game, 39-20. We're going to take a 30-second timeout with them. All right. Back here at Lafayette County again, we got Mr. Brennan Cup. I think he had a little score update for us. Was, I believe, Warren. I believe Warren's up 28-23 over Whitehall. I think they might have came in with the win. I think that might have been the final score.
If I called it, that's correct.
28-23 Warren. That's a
Good
big
comeback.
win for the Lumberjacks.
Who picked? Did everybody pick Warren in that one?
I
thought
think
we
some
had a
people. I mean,
Whitehall.
some people had some Arkansas love and were kind of leaning towards Ryan Mallett in that, but I think it didn't work
It
out
may
for
have
him
been
in the end,
Jacob.
you know.
I can't remember. We've had a lot of football here tonight as this is going on. Denton's trying to find us another update, but on that Fordyce Magnet Cove game.
I'd like to know the El Dorado score now again. Was it 22-0?
It's kind of surprising. Was this El Dorado's opener?
Yeah, it was our opener. 22-7 update
Last
on that
update
game.
we've had.
We got a split back formation. Again, double tight. Hand off to Williams. He gets
Got
caught
him
right
up.
at the line. Got caught right at the line, but that's probably about the first.
I mean, you know.
Other than early in the game, kind of when they got through, I believe, for one little loss of yardage play. That's about the first time, I think, since about the second quarter.
Well, I mean, you run it 30, 35 times in a row.
Something's going to happen.
Something's going to end up – they're going to end up getting him for a loss, and I believe he got back to the original line. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I believe he got back to the original line.
Dragons eating clock. It's down to 2:57 left in this ball game. I'm going to say Hayden Hudson's going to punch this in here for the Dragons, and he needs 5. He's fixing to get 6.
We got the Bows right here at quarterback again, split back formation. Again, going to hand off to Williams. He's going to be able to find a hole. He's going to get out to the outside.
In.
He's going to take on number 2. Yeah, it should be right there. Touchdown.
Yeah, I thought he got in.
I thought it looked like he crossed the plane right there. I mean, he was giving up a lot of size right there.
Yeah, that's going to solidify the player of the game, I believe, if it really already was not. We needed this.
I mean, you needed this. I mean, it helps build confidence. I mean, if you really think about it in this game, one of the touchdowns was a mistake by the Dragons. I mean, it was just –
It was blown. They were
trying to
watching
make a play.
Yep.
Trying to make a play. Something bad just happened. Got Cole Hamry coming kick again. Good snap. He gets it up. Wide left, it looks. Wide left.
Didn't get good coverage there on that right side of the line. They got back there quick. Still up 25. We're going to stay with y'all. 2:32 left in this ball game. The last I heard, Union was still on top, 18-14. We can't get an update on the Fordyce Magnet Cove. The last update we have on El Dorado is 22-7. If you have anything updated past that, just text it to us and we'll announce it.
Yeah. Got to give a shout out to old Mr. Jimmy Smith for giving me the score on that one.
Appreciate you.
It's always
Mr.
good when
Jimmy.
you got some friends listening to you, kind of help you out.
Like Kyle. Kyle has not done a very good
He's
job.
not a very
tonight.
good friend tonight. Normally he's here with the camera crew. I don't know what he's
I will give him credit. He is working a shutdown. Clean Harbors has a shutdown going on. He has been busy this week.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
You're going to defend him, I ain't.
Dragons getting ready to kick off here. 2:32 left in this contest. Dragons on top, 45-20.
25-7 now is what we were just told on the Camden El Dorado score.
Somebody updated Mr. Denton. I appreciate that.
We got Mr. Cole Hamry got it set up. He gets them set. Coming to kick. A little sky kick down here.
He's going to return.
Sanders gets it. He's going to try to make it returnable. He's
going to return.
I've been kind of Cole Hamry with a chance, and not quite. Sanders, he takes that one back. I've kind of, all night watching him, I've been like, that kid, he looks really good. I wonder why they ain't getting the ball in his hands.
That's why. That's why we're not giving it to him. And I believe we will not make that mistake again.
Just a little too deep on those kickoffs right there. I made the score 45-26 now. I mean, that was what we heard about how they were going to score was going to be big plays. I mean, this whole night, every single score that Lafayette County has had is from a big play. I believe that a good 40-yard touchdown pass to start it off, and then another 40-yard interception return, and then another, I believe it was around about 50 to 40-yard touchdown pass again, and then
it's
kickoff return.
Yep. Dragons have done a great job containing for the most part. Just a couple of big plays.
Yeah, when you got athletes like Lafayette County has, it's hard to contain them.
You won't do it all night. I mean, They put up last week, I believe, Mark Herman told us 23 on the Go Devils. So, I mean, they're about right.
Jackson high snap. He's rolling out to his left.
Good move there.
Look like Estrada's got a hold of him, and he's going to be able to get it out.
That's just
I'm telling you,
you can't bite down because he's and that's Trevor Knight, and he hits in the corner. If you bite down on it, he's just going to flip it over your head.
Definitely.
Fordyce has come all the way back, 35-24.
All right, that's a good game right there. They made a decent little comeback.
Did Cove beat them last year?
I'm not real sure. I think we just got another update right here. It was 27 carries for Williams for 200 yards and 1 touchdown. He's went over the 200-yard mark. That's a.
Did they have one on Hudson?
Not yet. I think we're going to try to get that though.
2:19 left in this ball game. The Cougars getting ready to kick this one back to the Dragons. You know, probably fixing to get an onside kick here.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's pretty much a given. Knighton's going to kick this off to the Dragons.
Going to get set up to defend it. They're going to kick it just over. Got Carter right here. He's just going to step out of bounds.
Oh. That was...
All right.
2:15 left. It was a good job. I mean, I was kind of expecting a more of a dribbler there, D Wood. Carter did his job, caught it and got a few yards and got out of bounds. That was Williams that laid the big block. Dragons, if you're here, you just hold on to the football, get you a first down, go to the house. I believe they only have one timeout left. So, yeah, I'll only stop at one. A first down should do it.
Yeah. Williams with the carry again. He hits a hole. He's got it. He's wide open. That's going to be enough. It might be. He might get caught right. Oh, good effort by Dedner right there.
Dedner has played his heart out tonight.
He has. He got down at about right there at the 1 yard line, I believe.
Great job of not giving up a play. I mean, we're at a 45-28 ball game, and Dedner just chased him down all the way down to the 1, and you hope to see he's okay. That's Knighton coming up limping there.
Oh, he's trying to stretch it out.
Yeah. Great play by Dedner there. I mean, that's just the hustle plays you love to see. Go ahead and reward Williams. Let him punch this on in here.
Oh, yeah, I agree. See, Lafayette County trying to get some more players out on the field.
I'm not sure what's going on here.
That's well. Rush these two off.
2:05 left in the ballgame. Dragons on the 1.
They're going to rush two more out there. Wow, huge block right there. Williams is going to fight ahead for the touchdown.
Who laid that ball? Was that Hudson?
I believe it was Hudson right there.
Hudson helped him up.
Block.
He's somebody I wouldn't want to get in open field to say the least.
Definitely not.
Jordavion solidifies his night. That's going to put him up around what, D Wood, 230, 240?
240.
2 touchdowns.
2 touchdowns. Heck of a game.
Great game all the way around from the Dragons. And you want to see next week, you want to see them just kind of limit the big plays, stay the same up front. You see what kind of offense we're going to run. Lake Village last year, I believe that was the game. I can't remember how we did. I'm pretty sure we shut them out. Cole Henry's on. He's going to boot that.
That's good.
That's good.
Cole Henry.
He's feeling it. Is Rhett giving any expression over there? Where's he at?
He's clapping this time.
There we go.
About time he showed some pride
It's
over
about
there.
time. We're going to stay with y'all here. There's a minute 58 left in this game.
I got a few more little score updates here. We got Hardin Academy. I believe it's ended the game. They beat Harmony Grove 41-14. And the El Dorado score is now 32-15 in favor of Camden. So they're starting to kind of, I don't know where they're at in that game, but that's kind of Spreading out a little bit more.
Devin Ball's feeling good over there. And,
you know, as a defensive
Camden.
coordinator, you know it. Old Byron Jones and them and Steven got the best of him and Will last year. He's going to look like he's going to get the best of them this year.
Will Houston as well. Like I said, a lot of Junction City ties in that ball game.
Definitely. That's the reason we covered it last year.
Yeah, and if it would have been on Thursday, we were going to cover it again. We just we needed to be over here with our boys, and we're going to cover this one.
Cole Hammer, let's see where they're going to kick it this time.
I believe I know where it's not going. Giving it wide open on this side of the field, I mean,
They're going to kick it out of bounds this time. It's a lot better than what happened last time. We'll go with it.
17 was on the kick return. Who is that? I know Justin Johnson was out there. I don't know number 17 for Junction. You have it, Dewood?
Let's see. Number 17 for Junction is Brandon New.
Brandon New. Okay. I'm looking for any new faces on defense. Tolles. I believe we got pretty much the same lineup. Who's 42?
42, that is Smith. That's Keon Smith. He's been out there.
Keon Smith. I know he'd been out there. I just didn't know his name. Keon Smith been out there for most of the ball game. Dragons going to finish what they started. 1:58 left.
Let's see what kind of set they're finna do. Well, hey, Lafayette County's getting some newer players out there. Split back formation. Jackson. Tolles come back there. He's got to see Anthony Williams. Wraps up.
Hold on.
That's a good wrap-up tackle.
Owens cleaned it up. See, Anthony Williams has showed some promise tonight.
Yeah, he has. He's held the edge a lot better. I mean, last week, over pursuit is what one of the issues was last week, especially on the edge. But this week they've kind of held their lane a little bit better. I mean, this quarterback right here can scramble just as good, if not a little bit better.
76 is checking in for the Dragons.
76 coming in for the Dragons. That is Chandler Jones, another sophomore.
Another one to add to the list. Let's see what Mr. Jones does here. 1:17 left in this ball game.
As soon as this game is over, we're going to go straight into the Lanxix post-game report. Snap right here. He tried to hand it off to Sanders. Sanders picks it back up. Tolles is going to get him back there. Big play.
Tolles.
Hold on to him and bring him down.
It's Anthony Williams, and I believe that was Estrada.
Yeah, he was all back there. That's a big, strong kid they're trying to bring down right there, and they got to him. They lost a little bit extra yards. He was trying to fight away from him.
Jay Tolles, we seen him coming at the end of the basketball year last year, and I mean, right away, great-looking kid, freshman last year. You could see it, and it looks like he's grown an inch or two this year, D-Wood. I mean, just a good-looking kid, just a sophomore. I mean, he's another big frame for for the Dragons.
You got Brandon New coming in for DeBose in the secondary.
Great game for Corey. 18 seconds, and we're going to wind this one up. They're going to have to snap the ball one more time. Unless they're just going to take the...
They're going to try to get one more off, I believe. They're just going to nail it right here.
Great game by the Cougars.
Great game. Junction City wins this one in week 1, 52-28 over the Lafayette County Cougars. It was a big game from Williams. Brennan, I mean, he was kind of the workhorse all day, and he carried them to this victory.
Yes, sir. And that
offensive line as well, though. Offensive line did a heck of a job this week. So as the teams come out and shake hands, Brennan, I mean, what's the biggest difference you saw between this week and last week?
We'll do what I didn't see kids all stretched out. Cramps. I saw better, just conditioning from the kids. I think first quarter they come out pretty hot last week. I believe it was 6-0 after, and it just kind of fell apart from there. And, I mean, this week I didn't see a single cramp. Carter come up limping that one play. I believe that was just a stinger. He was back in the ball game the next possession. D-Wood, offensive. I mean, it was an improvement on every aspect of the game.
I agree. I mean, conditioning you saw it's improved some. I mean, you still got some improvement to do, but you saw, like we talked about, they've kind of found their identity and the best kind of offensive set that's going to work for them. I mean, you saw the double tight split back formation. I mean, it worked for them. That's almost going back to the old wishbone days, just making sure kind of outmanning everybody at the line. But That was a heck of a game. I mean, Hudson had a heck of a game too, running the ball and blocking, because that was one of the reasons Williams had such a game he had, is because Hudson was right there to lead block for him.
Right. And DeBose had a couple miscues early, but, I mean, after that he shook it off. I mean, that's how you do it. Next play, you go on.
Gotcha. And then the defensive stats right here, we got DeBose with 7 tackles. See, Anthony Williams with 6 tackles and 1 sack. Singleton, 3 tackles with 1 tackle for loss and 2 sacks.
I believe Jordavion Williams finished the night 253 yards and 2 scores for the Dragons. And if you're a Junction City fan, that makes you smile there. I'm not sure what Hudson finished with.
I didn't get those stats either, but he had
to be close to 100. I believe he had 2 scores. I mean, just an all-around great game for the Dragons.
had a couple, 2 or 3 touchdown rushes as well.
You like to see that jumping around over there by the Dragons. Can't say enough about Singleton. He set the tone for that Dragon defense, and it just carried on. There was more kids, Williams, Davis. They all made plays.
Definitely. Looking forward to next week. Go head over to Lake Village. We're going to sit there and try to get Brennan away from his campsite to come hang out with us for a little while. But anyway, we'll be looking forward to having y'all next week as we head over to Lake Village, play the Beavers. Just join us, and we'll try to have a good time with y'all.
The following has been an exclusive presentation of the Dragon Sports Network.